Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Thursday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark, and Michael Bennett. Bob, you're in here. You're leaving for the Buckeye cruise in a couple hours. You just decided to pop in?
Well, I mean, this is the beautiful thing. You're on your path towards this. I mean, Mike, one day when we find him a suitable wife and someone that he can procreate with, you have children. And the reality was my son still had workouts this morning at 5:45. So
For football?
For football. So they lift before school, Mike. So, like, normally it's not a big deal. And I got in last night. I'm going around and I told Promise Fish I dropped back off the Verizon little USB stick. So I was doing the deal at the hotel yesterday. And I was like, I'll drop it off on the way home. And I had somewhere else to go, like north side of town. So I'm not going to come down here. So you know what? I'll just drop it off in the morning. There's no traffic. And after I drop my son off for school or workouts at school, and then I'll swoop back home and get my bags and head to the airport. So I was going to be up regardless.
May as well stop in.
Yeah, so may as well stop in. It gave me a reason to wear this sweet jacket.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Stadium Series. So I'm pumped about this. I'm going to wear this on the cruise unless my son wants to wear it. I don't know if they're going to go to the game or not. We flew over the stadium last night, and it looked pretty sweet. They had the lights on. You could see right down inside. The guy beside me was like, hey, dude, look at that. Like, thank you for bringing it to my attention because it's grade A. They did a great job with it.
Is your son pretty big? That's a big shirt.
It's an XL. I mean, they designed it for me. I don't think he's quite big enough to fit into it, but the bigger clothes are starting to come back.
Ooh, that's the trend? Are we going to get those drapey suits?
I don't know. It'll probably take another 3 or 4 years before we got to that. I mean, you got to think the iterations of going from like tapered fit to skinny to spandex.
Straight skinny jean.
I mean, and dudes wearing like the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson shorts, which I never thought I would see in the history of the world. You will eventually probably get there. That's the stuff that was in when I was in college. I mean, you'd wear the 8-button box suit that, looked like it was an overgrown tarp. I remember with the guy, I go, make it bigger. Because it's not how it fits. It's not how it's supposed to fit. I'm like, it looks better this way.
I know the oversized T-shirts are coming back.
That's my point. So I think that we're
back, baby.
We're back.
That's
my style. The skinny jeans was never the move for me.
So I think probably we're entering that, and over the next 10 years, we'll migrate back to large clothes. And what's amazing, I saw this stat. And, like, as you get older, people wear clothes and, like, they go in and out of style. And usually people just wear the same stuff.
You never get rid of them.
And they said you wear the clothes. As you get old, you wear the clothes of the style that was the apex of your life. So whatever the high point was, like, that's usually where you, like, settled on. And like, I'm rolling with this. This looks good to me. And it could be 20 years out of style and you're good. But usually by 20, 25, it like, circles on back. So we'll see.
I respect that. I was told in the NFL that the more money you get, the tighter your clothes get. And that was the rule in the NFL.
But that was like the reverse. I was kind of as it was shifting, but guys were still wearing maybe not the crazy big box suits, but I mean that was when I was in college. A US agent, he'll have to tell you. I'll try to remember to get it out. I'm gonna record with him today, Beam, hopefully over at the airport. And there's a place in Centerville, and I was like, where did you get that? He goes, oh, it's great. Yeah, it looks good as all. It's great. Of course, AJ, Johnny Cash, all black, like everything, like 8-button suit. He looked like he was an assassin out of like a 90s movie. And he goes, it's great. He's like, not that expensive. He goes, but I don't like to get too close to fire. He goes, I might just start flash and incinerate and melt right to my body. Like, I don't think it's
5-foot radius.
I don't think it's the highest quality threads, but it looks good from a
Straight
distance.
Polyester.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. We got a great show lined up for you here this morning. NFL report cards are out. It's one of my favorite non-sporting things of the year. Who's good, who's bad, where do the Bengals and Browns rank? We have a new worst team in the NFL.
Jets?
Exactly, yeah. I've been saying for this entire year they're the worst run organization in football, and the players for the Jets think that same thing. So we'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. Bob and I had a chance yesterday to talk to the captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Boone Jenner. We're going to play that for you coming up here at 6:30 this morning, 7:30 this morning. Coffee with the coach, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He joins us. And then from the Combine at 8 o'clock, Albert Breer. He comes up a little bit later on. This is going to be a unique situation because, Bob, you're usually the professor, but today
I'm in class.
You're in class because it's Thursday, February 27, 2025. Time for Today in History. and I need to false start 5 yards on the play because I didn't have my data.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Mark the Shark.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Morning, Sharky.
Good morning, gentlemen. It is a great day to be alive. February the 27th. You know, Matthew Brady, maybe the most famous photographer in U.S. history. Cameras were a very new thing in the mid-1800s, but Brady had one and took thousands of pictures of during the Civil War. Before that, he took a picture of President Zachary Taylor at his inauguration in 1849. He took a picture of President Millard Fillmore in 1850. And then on this date in 1860, Abraham Lincoln, who would win the White House later that year, posed for the first of several portraits by Brady. Days later, the photograph was published on the cover of Harper's Bazaar. 1951, the 22nd Amendment was ratified. What did that do, Beam?
22.
All I know is that 21 brought back the booze.
18 took them away.
18 took them away. Remember, that's easy. If
Mike,
you ever get a
come on.
constitutional,
I was
Dude,
hoping you
you're
wouldn't
in
turn
law
to me.
school.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
constitutional
it.
law sucks.
Shark, go ahead and lead us.
Think FDR.
Oh, that was the term limits.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Beam learned that with us a couple years ago.
Hey, I didn't know until a couple of years ago that dude served 4 terms as president. So.
Wartime, baby.
Yeah, 22nd Amendment limited presidents to 2 terms. We all know about the 1980 Miracle on Ice. U.S. beat the Soviets at Lake Placid. But 20 years earlier, on this date in 1960, the U.S. defeated the Soviet Union in the semifinals of the Winter Olympics in Squaw Valley, California, 3-2.
Bill Cleary scored first for the Americans, but the Soviets struck quickly twice. Midway in the second, Bill Christian tied things up. And with 5:01 to go in the third, he scored again. The Americans led 3-2. 3, 2, 1, and the game is over. The United States wins. Here's the most deliriously happy, wildest moment of the Winter Olympics.
Do you believe in miracles?
Pretty good audio from 1960.
Why, was that a long time ago, Beam?
Well,
Let's see, I was born.
you can answer that
I
question.
wasn't around for that because that happened in February. 1974, the first issue of People magazine goes on sale. On that first cover, crickets.
Beatles, 74.
Actress Mia Farrow.
Oh, nice.
Disco, very big in the mid to late 70s, so big that in 1980 the Grammys decided there needed to be a disco category. On February 27th, 1980, the first Grammy for Best Disco Recording was awarded to Gloria Gaynor for I Will Survive.
I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
Ironically,
Love her.
it was the last Grammy for Best Disco Recording because by 1981, disco was dead.
Video killed the radio star. Shark.
Yes, indeed. On that same night at the Grammys, 1980, the Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes, wins Song of the Year.
Mike, you a big Doobie Brothers guy?
Big Doobie Brothers guy. I got him on my wall, man.
That's what I thought.
Listen, Long Train Running, best Doobie Brothers song.
Yeah, that's a good one. China Grove, really good. 1981, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder recorded the single Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony.
A real banger, as they say. 1987, the NCAA gave SMU the death penalty and canceled the entire 1987 football schedule for violations of NCAA rules and corruption in the athletic department.
According to SMU's investigator in this case, those payments were made by one booster. The report states that certain key athletics department staff members agreed to the illegal payoffs. 13 members of the football team received about $47,000 in school year 1985-86. 8 of those student athletes continued to receive another $14,000 during the fall of 1986. The sanctions levied against SMU go beyond the one-year death penalty. The NCAA has tacked on another 2 years to its current probationary period. SMU will be on probation until September 1st of 1990.
It's a pretty cheap price for a winning program.
You know what?
Back in the day.
And then in 2025, they were freed.
Yes.
Came back. Made it back to the CFP.
Now they're not making any money from the ACC, but they're really good. 2005 $1 Million Baby, starring Clint Eastwood and Hilary Swank, wins the Oscar for Best Picture at the Academy Awards.
What are you doing with your money?
Saving it?
Good girl. You know, you save enough of it, you ought to get yourself a little house. Cash, no mortgage.
Gonna be a while before I can do that.
Yeah, well, it might be a stretch, but you got to get yourself a place of your own. Go around wasting it on things that don't matter, and what do you got?
Okay, as soon as I get the money.
I'm not going to live forever.
What is it?
It's a tape on that girl in England you're going to fight. If you're going to go for the title, we got some moves to... Hey, get the hell down. You know how old I am.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That was a good one.
It is.
It was a terrible ending.
Very sad.
Terrible ending.
Why? Because it wasn't happy?
Yes.
Wow, this is life. This is how it goes.
Dude, I watch movies to escape life, not to see the worst parts of it.
That's a decent argument.
In 2019, 6 years ago today, the smallest baby ever born that was released from the hospital went home from a Tokyo hospital. He weighed 9.45 ounces at birth and survived. Unbelievable. Birthdays today, Hall of Fame golfer Gene Sarazen, won 7 majors. He was born in 1902, died in 1999. Former Texas Governor John Connally was born in 1917. He died in 1993. He was the guy in the front seat of that car in Dallas when JFK was assassinated. Actress Elizabeth Taylor, born in 1932, died in 2011. Basketball Hall of Famer James Worthy, 64 today. Hall of Fame tight end Tony Gonzalez is 49. Chelsea Clinton, daughter of Bill and Hill, is 45. And singer Josh Groban is 44.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me.
I mean, Oh Holy Night by him is the best.
That song I just played was the only one I knew that came from Josh Groban, and that's why I played it.
Is he a Christian rock star?
He's just I don't know. I don't think I would define him as Christian rock star. He's kind of a classical opera. That's kind of what he
I
does.
don't know if I would use the term rock star for Josh Groban, but
Christian singer?
I don't know.
I mean, you say Raise Me Up and then Holy Night. That sounds pretty on, like, it's got a theme going.
It's
a good point.
It's most of his catalog. Chris's
He
music.
says most of his catalog.
I don't even know if we'd call that yacht rock. All right, that's it. 27th day of February. Thank you, boys.
Good job on that, Shark. Bob, how would you grade Sharky?
He did all right. The only thing he doesn't give the day count because it doesn't matter.
What are you doing with your money?
Oh.
He's not going to be around for it, so.
Doesn't matter.
How many weeks left do we have, Shark?
Tomorrow it will be 19.
Under the 20.
We gotta have some on the walls.
So we're going to get like a little Christmas ring thing.
Yeah,
Just
countdown.
Clip one of them off every week.
Good job on that, Sharky, as always. We have a new worst run team in the NFL, according to the players. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Right now we are watching a crash on 70 westbound. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. We've got the right lane blocked off as crews clear out an issue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? TrueHold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. TrueHold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much TrueHold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on Post cereal or Kroger brand peanut butter. Select varieties are only $1.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And listeners, they're always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Well, if you're wondering if you could be a good candidate, let's say the answer is yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain, knees, hips, back, shoulders, other joints, trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery? Because I did. I didn't want to deal with it. And all of the pain, the long recovery, and the uncertain time that comes with it. Here's the best part. Most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because the joint pain is holding you back? Whether that's walking, jogging, hanging out with loved ones. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate. So do not wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. They're located in Dublin, Gahanna, or you can go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, we are looking at a cloudy day. Showers are likely between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. There could be enough instability in the atmosphere that we could be looking at some small hail as these showers fall. Today's high will be 48. Tonight's low, 31. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 52. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, last week I told you I'd be down 50 pounds. And well, not only did I hit that, I blew past it. Down 53 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. 4.5 pounds last week alone. Now listen, I'm barely 3 months into the program. Some plans have you dropping 4 or 5 pounds in week number 1. But still to be losing like this in 12 weeks, and it's pretty wild. You know what? Honestly, hasn't been that difficult either. No workouts, no skipping out on life, no injections. Lost 53 pounds by eating just to lose weight with Awaken 180. That's it. Pretty simple. I listen to my coach. I make a few adjustments and tinkers here and there, and I keep watching the number on my scale drop each and every week. Maybe you're rocking a 55 pant and want to see a 48 again. Maybe you're in a 46 and want to see a 40 or a 38 again. Maybe you're swimming in triple XLs, thinking about life in an XL. Trust me, you can do it. Awaken 180 is simple. The coaches are awesome. There's really no work involved. Make the call, 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Do you enjoy the NFL report cards as much as I do? I love it.
I didn't know about them that much.
So I don't know when they started doing this, but each and every player who's in the league, Mike, said 1,695 NFL players provided information to share with another about their current club, not only helping to make important career decisions, but also to help raise standards across the game. So here's what they do. Here is kind of the scale in which they work on. Each player from every team is able to give a letter grade to their organization on these following categories: treatment of families, food dining area, nutritionist dietitian, locker room, training staff, weight room, strength coaches, travel, head coach, and ownership.
I love this. They're giving out F minuses.
Yeah. And it's great, too, because, I mean, you know, with the NFLPA, Mike, you were in the league for a while, that, I mean, the NFLPA takes their job very seriously, and, like, that's not getting out, you know? Like, whoever voted F minus or A plus, like, your name is not getting out. So you have carte blanche to really say what you think about the organization as a whole. And that's why I enjoy this. And I think last year, the worst run organization in professional football, just off the top of my head, if I can remember, was the Washington Commanders with Dan Snyder. And
not surprising.
Josh Harris came in after he bought the team, and you know he was asked about the NFLPA grades and report cards from last year, and like it was like one of his first press conferences. He's like, "I'm not an F minus guy." You know?
Yeah.
It's like we're about to change that, and the Commanders actually jumped all the way up from 32 to 11. So like he came in, big culture difference. They hired a good coach in Dan Quinn. And they massaged some of the facilities and where the players hang out. They do everything, and like all of a sudden you've seen a big jump out of the Commanders.
I'll tell you, I'm not surprised because Dan Quinn is a great coach, and he's a players coach. He's one of those rare players coaches who actually has success. So I'm not surprised that they jumped up when he came in. But yeah, it's also not surprising that the Commanders were struggling the year before.
Right?
Yeah. But this is great. It's an opportunity for accountability, and the players can anonymously, let people know what their program is all about.
Yeah, so back-to-back years, actually, you have the Dolphins and the Vikings ranking number 1 and number 2 in the league.
Which is, I would say, interesting. Like, I bet being in Miami is fun, but I don't know if I would have considered the Vikings to be a top-tier program. But
I had a buddy who worked for the Vikings, and, he worked on the ground school. I have the same buddy, Nick. He worked up there. Like, he loved it. He said, like, top-tier facilities, the way that they treated everybody up there, even the way that they treated him as some guy who's just working at the facility. Like, it was pretty world-class. So those are your top 1 and 2. Like, if you look at the Miami Dolphins or Minnesota Vikings and you just go over their grades, treatment of families, A+. Food, A-, dietitian, B+. Like, they get A's and B's across the board. They have 1 B. The rest are A's. Like, so that's like the top tier that you're looking at as far as the NFL goes. Now, here's the best part. Really, who cares about who's the best run organization in the league? You want to really get nitty and gritty and down to the worst, right?
Negativity. We want the negativity.
So the Jets, they've been a mess, I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. They've been a mess for the longest time. They have the longest current drought of playoff streak of any team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't made it in like 13 or 14 years. It's been a while for them out in New York. They actually ranked 29th out of the 32 teams total. But here's where it gets pretty interesting for the New York Football Jets, is that the ownership grade marked as a F- for Woody Johnson and the Jets. Said owner Woody Johnson's average rating for perceived willingness to invest in the owner's facility is 5.58 out of 10 out of Jets players, ranking DFL 32 out of 32 of the owners in the league. The players feel that Johnson does not contribute to a positive team culture, a rank out of 32 of 32, and the players feel like Johnson is somewhat committed to building a competitive team, 31 out of 32. And they also said in here that it was a culture of fear throughout the building coming from their owner.
Well, that's what you want, right? You want your players to hate you. I just wonder if you're an owner and you get this report card back that says everybody in the building hates you. Are you humble about it, or do you go in there just breathing fire?
No, not him. He's not.
Yeah. Maybe he'll elect, Aaron Rodgers to go changed the tide over there.
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's gone. If you're wondering where the Bengals and the Browns currently rank on the NFLPA report cards that came out, Cincinnati ranked 24th, and then the Browns, Sharky, actually ranked 30th when it comes to all this and kind of the rankings and report cards that they got out there. The biggest knock on the Bengals, I believe, let me pull them up real quick.
They're cheap.
Yeah, and we know that. The biggest knock on the Bengals consistently is the food in the dining area and then the treatment of families. Like, the Bengals are, I think, one of two organizations or one of just the 32 organizations across the NFL that say that they don't have, like, daytime care for the kids during games, and they feel like they don't treat their families very well. Like, they rank dead last in treatment of families, and they also rank dead last in, like, the dining area.
I don't even think you get free Gatorade. Like, that's insane. At a professional football club, you don't get free Gatorade or free water.
Take it out of your paycheck?
I think so.
That's crazy.
I know that when I did a workout for the Bengals, and, like, you had to bring all your own gear, which maybe people are like, oh, that makes sense. But, you know, you go around the NFL and you do workouts. Usually they provide you with some gear. They provide you with the food that you're going to be
Even if you're
eating.
not keeping the gear, just loan it out, give it back at the end of the workout, right?
Yeah, but no, it was just, and even if you're playing there, they don't give you new stuff. You get, like, hand-me-downs, used stuff, and you couldn't, like, just get your own Gatorade.
$multi-million contract with the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
Nike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Jacksonville, what Jacksonville grade, Brandon?
Jacksonville, as far as the Jaguars are concerned, overall, Mike, if you're looking at them for the Jags, they ranked 18th.
Okay, because I think they've struggled, but their ownership, I mean, he's generous. He's a generous guy.
Shad Khan?
Yeah, he cares about the team. It seems like he tries to make it better. I don't think he's been out of luck a little bit.
B+ on the ownership for Shad.
Yeah, I like Shad.
A on the weight room. Good job, Schlegs, redesigning that. He went down there and did that. F for treatment of families for the Jags.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't know. I didn't have a family while I was there, so I thought it was fine, but
apparently not.
That's interesting. You said it's because they don't have, like, daycares and stuff. Is that usually what gets them an F?
One of 10 teams that do not provide a family room during home games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, gotta get that changed. I'll give him a call. Tell him he's got something to work on.
And then as far as the Browns are concerned, Browns ranked 30th out of 32 in the NFL. The big kicker here for the Browns, F- in the locker room, Shark, for the Browns. 39% of the players on the Browns feel like they have enough room in their individual lockers, ranking 32 out of 32. That would mean, and I'm not a great math person, that 61% of the team does not feel like they have ample room, and 29% of the players feel like their locker room size is adequate. That would be 71% don't feel like it is.
That's an interesting one. I'll draw attention to one. Dallas Cowboys got an A-. That's I guess they're fine with how they are. I guess the Cowboys are fine.
Guess they are.
They're content with being what they are. I'm surprised.
Two-time head coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, from his play, because they rank the head coaches in this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they rank your coaches and your owners and everything. Kevin Stefanski ranked 30th out of 32 across the NFL as far as his players in the report card that he got.
It's not good.
That's not good.
It's not good.
That's not a great situation. Anyways, we'll continue to go through that throughout the rest of the morning, but I enjoy that thoroughly just to see how players rank their organizations and what they feel, because technically we all think the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes it might not be.
Yeah.
Now you know.
I don't know if they did that when I was playing.
It's a new thing. I mean, it's been probably maybe their third or fourth year doing this.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like it too, because obviously these NFL owners aren't hurting for money, and it holds their feet to the fire, because some organizations and teams are embarrassed, literally nationally and across, from their other owner buddies saying, what are you doing down there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Columbus Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner, he's going to join us. We'll talk some Red Wings and Stadium Series with us here in 2 minutes' time. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. We are still watching crews clear out an issue on the west side. This is on I-70 westbound, just past Hilliard Rome Road. We've got crews clearing out a crash in the right lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text GRIT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text GRIT to 42424. That's GRIT to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's time for the biggest series of the year. Ohio State men's ice hockey takes on that team up north in the last home series of the regular season on Thursday, February 27th and Friday, February 28th. Get your tickets to this huge rivalry matchup at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Skyway is back at Skyline Chili for 2 weeks only. Order a Skyway today and get 50% extra cheese at no extra charge on your regular or large 3, 4, or 5-way at participating locations for a limited time.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up 1 hour away from right now, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join the program. Big one for them tonight. They will battle the Red Wings in Detroit. And then on Saturday, second leg of the home and home, you get the game at Ohio Stadium for the Stadium Series. So head coach Dean Evason, he joins us 1 hour away from right now. Yesterday, we had the chance to talk to a different jacket every Wednesday. We do that at the end of the program. This week's Jacket of Choice, we got to check in with captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Boone Jenner.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This week's Jacket of Choice, as we head out to the hotline, is the captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets. He is Boone Jenner. Cap, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. First couple of games of the season, now under your belt. Great to have you back. How's the body feeling? You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, guys. Good to chat with you guys again. No, it's definitely nice to be back and get back in the swing of things. 2 games in now, so hopefully just keep feeling better and better.
For sure. We're all looking forward to that. You getting back in the rotation, it's going to be awesome. It has been awesome to see. Guys have been shot out of a cannon out of the break. First couple of wins, back to it, smothering the Blackhawks on the weekend. And last night's performance against the Stars, Boone, it was up and down. It's got to feel good to get your legs back in a situation in which you guys have gotten 4 points in the last 2, especially.
Yeah, for sure. It's every game's so big for us right now, coming down the stretch, and they, seem to get bigger and bigger as we go here. But, I think we've had some good, jump after the break, some good practices right after, and then took that into the Chicago game. And then last night was a big test for us, and I thought we played really well throughout the night. Like you said, kind of a back-and-forth game against a good Dallas Stars team, and we were able to pull it out. So, I think we were better than the Chicago game, and we just got to keep building. And like I said, it's every game's so crucial for us right now. So, got to continue to work at it here as a group.
So it's interesting, Boone, and obviously you've got the the injury and delays the start of the season for you and everything, but sometimes that can be a little bit of a blessing, as obviously you're trying to rehab and get well, but probably your body on whole. I mean, is this the best you've felt at this point in the season over the last 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, I think that's, fair to say that. With missing as many games as I did, 50 some odd games, and, usually you're a little more beat up at this time of year. Obviously, I've had that time off to get healthy, get the shoulder healthy, but take care of the rest of the body as well. And, so motivated to come back and, just trying to do everything I can to, be able to be in the best possible shape to jump right back in as these games are a little bit more, intense than earlier in the season as well. So knowing that was coming, and, I'll definitely, need a few games to get under it, get the flow back, just the timing, the reads. But otherwise, I feel great, energy-wise, body-wise, and shoulder-wise too. So, just definitely happy to be back out there and join these guys again.
I don't know how much you guys in the room are looking at the point standings, but the next two games you guys are playing are against the Red Wings. Tomorrow evening, you guys are in Detroit. Saturday here, Ohio Stadium. Before we get to the talk of what that game is going to look like, obviously, I mean, these are playoff games, and as you had mentioned it, they're of great consequence as you get into them. What's your guys' schedule like this week? Do we have a skate today at the stadium before leaving for Detroit, or how's this working out, and what's going to be a unique experience on Saturday, Boone?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt we know what's at stake with these two, with this home and home with Detroit. We look at the standings. It's like you said, it's going to be a playoff type atmosphere for both games. They're huge games, 4-point games, we call them because of the swing, and it'll be a real good test for our group right now. And I think as far as the Stadium Series, no, we just have a normal day today, fly to Detroit, normal game day there, and then we'll do the family skate and our practice, seeing the stadium for the first time on Friday. We'll do that Friday afternoon. We have a team skate out there, and that'll be the first time a lot of us see it and the setup. And I went out there earlier, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot different on Friday, and definitely excited for that. But we get a normal day today and take care of business tomorrow on the road.
Dino was talking about it with us last week about he grew up playing, his rec league games were outside, on the pond. I mean, have you played many games outside over the course of your life?
I was thinking about that the other day, and I definitely played as a kid with my brothers growing up. We had a little swamp out back that we used to skate around on, and I feel like, a lot of that is, where I had that passion for the game as a young kid, and then we started making our own rinks, a little closer to the house that we would play on. And honestly, since then, I haven't really played any, competitive games outdoors because those were competitive. That's my brother's, that was for sure. But no games, throughout junior or in the NHL outdoors. So that was my last, memories of playing outside. And for now to do it in the NHL, it's pretty surreal and pretty cool moment in my career. So definitely looking forward to it.
Boone, before we get you out of here, do you have anything you're most looking forward to on Saturday? And I know you guys have the Red Wings tomorrow, so you don't want to look past them as you'll get them on the second leg of the home and home. But outdoor experience, like 90,000 fans there. Like, what is it that you're most looking forward to in participating at the game over at the Horseshoe?
Yeah, it's going to be special for sure. I mean, it's going to be hard to imagine playing in front of that many people. And I was there earlier in the week, and just the walk out of the tunnel and looking up at the crowd and seeing a rink actually on the football field is it's pretty wild, and it's pretty cool. I'm just going to try to soak it all in as much as I can, and I think Friday we'll get to do that more so. With the family skate, we get to enjoy being with our families and sharing it with them, skating around after practice and soaking it in, looking up, and then. But it's going to be even a lot different Saturday with, like you said, 90,000+ in the stands, and then it's a big game for us too. So I'm sure we'll be looking around, soaking it in as much as possible, in warm-ups and whatnot and all the build-up. But it's a big game for us when we get going. But for myself, I just want to, like I said, soak it in as much as possible. It's something that doesn't really happen often in our careers to be able to do this. So try to enjoy the moment for sure.
Boone, we appreciate the time. Thanks for jumping on with us here this morning. Have a great day today, buddy. Go get them in Detroit tomorrow. Very much looking forward to seeing you guys run out of that tunnel or skate out of that tunnel on Saturday at the Horseshoe, all right?
Yep, thanks, guys. Always good chatting with you.
There he goes, Columbus Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner. He was with us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. It really is going to be a pretty awesome atmosphere on Saturday. I know, Shark, you're going and said that it's going to be a long way. You can't see anything. The good news is that you'll be able to look at that sweet Jumbotron on the south stands.
Well, that's true. I will be in 9C up there in the northwest corner. That rink's going to be a long way away.
Yeah, it is, but it's
all right.
It's going to
be
there.
You can probably still track the puck from up there, right?
Maybe with binoculars.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen again in my lifetime. Maybe yours, Bean.
That's true. Maybe Willie's lifetime. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, very much looking forward to that on Saturday. Still got to get through the Red Wings tonight, though. First leg of the home and home coming up. Again, programming reminder, head coach of your Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join us coming up here at 7:30 this morning. Hey, we may have some good old-fashioned tampering going on in the NFL. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we're watching delays on 70 westbound on the west side. This is just as you're passing the Hilliard Rome Road exit. We've got the right lane blocked off. Expect to be slow moving through that stretch. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Start 2025 with significant growth and earning potential at Uline's new warehouse in Etna. Interview for facilities roles at Uline's February hiring event in Etna. Earn reliable income starting from $20 an hour, plus significant growth and earning potential. And get full health and retirement benefits on day one. Don't wait. Start building a long-term career at a growing company. Sign up for your facilities interview on Saturday, February 22nd in Etna at uline.jobs. That's uline.jobs.
Get President's Day deals all month long at Coghlan Kia. Lease a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS, just $131 a month plus taxes and fees. Or choose low 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2025 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. Visit CoglanKia.com.
1.9% for 60 months equals $17.48 per 1,000 with approved credit through Kia Motor Finance. 24-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents per mile over. 3401 due. Excludes $250 dock fee. $400 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. See dealer for details. Ends 3/3/25.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110. Wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive. It started $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations, Dublin, Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Columbus to Fort Lauderdale, one way for as low as $44. Must be purchased by 4/24/2025 for travel between 3/13/2025 and 8/17/2025. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
The Buckeye Show.
Jeremiah Smith, he should probably be on the cover of EA Sports.
Absolutely.
Like 100% probably will be on the cover.
There's no curse for that, is there?
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
At the Home Depot, it's our business to support yours. Partner with your go-to source for building your business. We can help you streamline your operations by supplying the whole job from start to finish. Any questions? Our Pro Desk is ready to answer the call with supply sourcing, custom orders, large equipment rentals, and more. Elevate your efficiency and take on more projects with the partner you can trust. The Home Depot. How pros get more done.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
Put on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, let me just tell you, I just had Mike running back and
All right. Listen, I haven't played ping pong in a couple years. Beam's out here training day in and day out.
I'm not, dude.
He's
Bob
got
doesn't,
training montages.
Bob doesn't play office games.
I know. Bob almost yelled at me this morning when I asked Bob if he wants to take a couple shots on the Papa shot. He's like, I come here to work. I was like, oh, excuse me. I come here to have fun.
He said, I haven't taken one shot since I've ever worked here. I don't come here to play games.
Listen, I respect it, but I definitely come for the office games. Like, even when I was playing in the league, we had a ping pong table. I'm a mainstay on it. I love ping pong. I love these little ways to be competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beam, I almost face planted into the wall.
We almost were without a co-host for the last 2 hours and 15 minutes of the show. We were one half step away from maybe having our jaw wired shut for the next couple of months.
I give 110%.
Nobody's questioning
whether it's the radio, whether it's law, or whether it's ping pong.
How would you rank them in that order?
Well, I guarantee people at the office are listening. So, law, 2. Ping pong, 1.
Radio, way down the list.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Sharky?
Yes, boys.
Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday to you, Beamsy. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if you know that.
It is. I do know that.
Very exciting. Iowa State quarterback Brock Purdy was famously the final pick in the 2022 NFL Draft by the 49ers. He has already had a pretty prolific career, throwing for 9,500 yards, 64 touchdowns, and 27 interceptions. And he has made an average of just over $900,000 a season. Now, Purdy wants to get paid, and 49ers GM John Lynch apparently wants to pay him.
We have started negotiations. We're talking. I won't go into negotiations like always is our stance. Want Brock to be our quarterback as long as we're here and beyond, and we'll leave it at that. I think the final thing, there's no guarantees that we get something done, but my experience has been when both sides are motivated, there's ample opportunity to do so, and we've been able to do that.
Beamer, if anybody ever deserved an enormous raise, it would be Brock Purdy.
That is factually correct. You look at him and what he's done with the 49ers. He's been a good quarterback. And you just listed off the stats, and we know when he hasn't been in the lineup, it really hasn't been great for the 49ers. Now, they were an interesting case study. I mean, they were very hurt and banged up last year. I mean, had Christian McCaffrey out. Was it Brandon Ayuk was out for the entire year, I think, with an ACL and an MCL, or not, if not the entire year, but
not the entire year, but
a majority,
a big chunk of it. Debo was hurt throughout the season.
They're letting him look at trade requests. So here's the interesting part. And while I agree with you on that, Brock Purdy obviously needs a major extension. Here's the deal for the 49ers if you're John Lynch and if you're the 49ers brass. You have been in this competitive Super Bowl window for a while now without paying your quarterback squat, without paying him anything. And we know in the NFL, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win. It's just plain and simple that's not going to happen. But on the other hand, you've been in this window without paying him anything. Now you are going to have to pay him. There's some serious roster restructuring that they're going to have to do to be able to afford Brock Purdy and then also keeping their team together. They have allowed Debo now to talk to other teams about a trade. It will be a very different 49ers team next year than it was last year if they get a Brock Purdy extension done just because of the cap. But if you say to yourself, if you're John Lynch, we're going to drag our feet on this. The salary cap number's doing nothing but going up. So if you're going to pay him and you want to pay him, you may as well do it next year or this year, because next year is going to be even more expensive.
Yeah, it's a tough decision for them because that 49ers defense has been the bell cow for the 49ers team. That's what their team is built around, is that defense. And they've gotten lucky. They've got fine quarterbacks. Garoppolo was okay. Brock Purdy's okay. They're good. They're not going to lose the game for you. I don't think they're going to win the game for you, but when you have a great defense, you just need somebody who's not going to get in your way. And I think Brock Purdy is one of those players who can be an asset to a team. Yet, but the question is, Beam, are you paying him more than Lamar? Are you paying him more than Mahomes?
Can't.
You know, I don't. So what do you pay him? Like his market value? Sure, even the market value.
Is it $60 million a year for him?
Oh, you know what I mean?
Isn't that what Dak just got? Dak got last season $60 million a year, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's on average.
All right, is Brock Purdy better than Dak?
Don't know. You put Brock Purdy on the Cowboys. You put Dak Prescott on the 49ers. What does that look like?
I think Purdy makes less mistakes than Dak.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak's as good as what I think other people seem to think. Like, I feel like the way people talk about Dak is like, oh, he's close. He might be able to.
Because he's quarterback for the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by him. I think he's had some good years. But I'm not that impressed by Brock either. I just don't think he makes that many mistakes.
What if you were the GM? What are you paying him? What's your offer?
Well, my offer would probably make him leave, but it'd be like, I think he could command 40-something mil a year. What's Lamar getting? Like 50? He's like
he just signed
185,
right?
Yeah, 185 million or something like that. So I'd imagine that Brock is. I mean, he
5-year 260 for Lamar.
Oh, what am I talking
That's
about?
52 a year.
Oh, I think it was like 185 guaranteed or something.
I think it was 179 guaranteed.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
85 guaranteed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, is he making more than that? Is he making more? Can you justify?
But that was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Can you justify paying him more than $52.5 million a year?
Personally, I don't think you can. But at the same time, the market moves how the market moves. So 2 years ago, you're not paying him. You're not saying he's better than Lamar this year. You're just saying his contract year came after Lamar's.
Lamar's making 70 this offseason if he were a free agent.
Yeah, that's wild situation. So, but if they pay Brock Purdy $60 million a year, how's that 49ers team going to do?
Don't know.
Like you said, you're going to have to shop your other most valuable players.
It's a crossroads for them.
Is Nick going somewhere else? Bosa? Can they pay Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa?
And Brandon Ayuk and other
Christian
guys?
McCaffrey? And, like, I don't think so. Is Brock Purdy going to look at that and be like, oh, I should take one for the team? I hope not.
I wouldn't.
Listen, how much do you have to take for the team?
I've already taken 4 years for the team and a nothing salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting offseason coming up for them.
$60 million a year. Imagine that, Brandon.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Tom living like Shark.
Hey, that's only $6 million a year. Okay. Tom Brady is minority owner of the Raiders, but he doesn't live in Las Vegas. He has homes in California and Montana. Recently, he had a slumber party at his home in Montana. He and the guests spent some time together, went skiing, and discussed things. That guest, Michael, was Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford, who is looking around the league to see what his value is.
I think I don't know why Stafford would go to the Raiders. If he wants to win, unless they're paying him a whole bag.
It might. I mean, he's up for a contract extension. If he goes to a new team, it'll be like a trade and sign.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't want to go to the Raiders. I mean, I can see why it's appealing to some guys, but it doesn't seem like a winning organization.
You want to play for Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly? Tom Brady's there now. Mark Davis is doing everything he can possibly try to do.
Relics of the past, man. Relics of the past in a city of debauchery. No.
That sounds awesome.
He's just pretend it's 1980.
You can watch the fountains at Bellagio every night.
I don't want to do that.
You can.
Maybe his wife does.
Doesn't he have is he the one with 7 kids?
I think you're thinking of Phillip
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. He's also. I'm pretty sure you're underselling him. I think it was 9.
Rivers has he's more than. I think he's double digits.
Good for him.
But I thought Stafford also had a bunch of kids.
I don't know. He's definitely not up to the Phillip Rivers.
Either way, as a
situation.
family man, going to. Maybe the family man wants to go to the race. Sorry,
kids,
honey, I have to.
You live in L.A. I'll just go back and forth to Vegas for practice. It's fine.
Come on. They lived in Detroit for a decade. I think they could handle Las Vegas.
No, I think they can, too. It's fine.
I think Detroit and Las Vegas are very different beasts.
Yes, they are.
Here's the interesting part about this situation. So Jordan Schultz of Fox, which makes him a Tom Brady colleague, said that he recently hosted Tom Brady hosted him in Montana. All right. And then Ian Rappaport of NFL Media reacted to the report by saying that they ran into each other at a ski resort. So very different stories coming out. And apparently that led to a fisticuffs or a verbal altercation between the two NFL reporters yesterday at a Starbucks in Indianapolis at the Combine.
They're yelling at each other?
Yeah.
I love it.
Who's
and
right?
Schultz said, if they just happen to run into each other, I've got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, I've got some lakefront property or oceanfront property in Iowa that would be for sale. Hey, the Buckeyes had themselves a basketball sweep last night. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Still watching heavy delays on 70 westbound on the west side. There's a crash just as you're passing Hilliard Rome Road. Crews are working to clear up over in the right lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not.
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you buy from Pella, you could meet Brad, Bob, maybe Mike, or 54 others that make our local Pella team so awesome.
And if you buy from me, you'll get to meet me.
Just a one-man operation, Wilson?
I've got a bunch of cousins helping me, but based on their work, I'm not sure they've got thumbs.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Guys, let's talk about something real. Ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because the fear of failure is just too much. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic comes in. For over a decade, their medical providers have been helping men overcome ED and providing hope even when the pills and other treatments have failed. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there, with results that bring back your confidence and connection. It's important to get your ED treated now so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Columbus Men's Clinic has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. Tonight is your night for intimacy and connection. Call Columbus Men's Clinic today at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth, and you'll become a role model, mentor, and decision maker in any environment, at any scale. It's a challenging path, but along the way, you'll sharpen your skills and show yourself and those around you exactly what you're capable of. Decide to lead at goarmy.com/officer.
The Ohio State University Army ROTC. Buckeyes lead the way.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Bone, did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus has over 30 TVs, 2 massive video walls? They even have recliners, a full-service bar and restaurant, a betting counter, and over 30 kiosks?
I did know that, but I also know that you can reserve a table right now at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook and guarantee your spot and get some game day swag while you do it. Just visit hollywoodcolumbus.com/casino/sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. With less than a minute left in the Ohio State Southern Cal game at USC, the score was tied. In the final 41 seconds, the Buckeyes outscored the Trojans 7-2 to win 87-82. Devin Royal's jumper and one was the big play, giving OSU the lead for good. Bruce Thornton just 5 of 14 from the floor, but 8 for 8 from the line for 20 points. The Buckeyes improved to 8-10 in the Big Ten. In women's hoops, what a night for Ohio State's Asia Petty. She was 11 for 11 from the floor, finishing with 23 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists before fouling out after just 25 minutes. The 12th-ranked Buckeyes down number 23 Michigan State 89-78. In the NHL, the Red Wings have beaten the Blue Jackets in 6 of their last 7 meetings. They meet tonight in Detroit. Face off 7 o'clock here on The Fan. The Sports Center is sponsored by the Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit them online at waterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 2 for us here on a Thursday. Mike Bennett hanging out with us. Bob on his way, en route to the Buckeye Cruise.
En route, there you go.
Yeah, I got it right. They're leaving this morning, be setting sail. So excited for him. He actually popped in the first segment. He tried to drop off like a little Wi-Fi stick, so it was good to hear him be the student to Sharks teacher in Today in History. Coming up here this hour, 7:30 this morning, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join us at 7:30. And then top of the 8 o'clock hour, maybe. We haven't heard back from Albert. He's at the Combine. There's a lot of deals that get done. He's reportedly going to join us at 8 o'clock. But, hey, I know it's a busy week for him. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
It's a clean sweep for the Buckeyes on the hardwood yesterday. Had senior night over at the Shot last night for the Ohio State women's basketball team. 89-78. They took down Sparty. They finished their season 15-0 at home.
That's beautiful.
Never lost a game.
Champions, man.
At home.
Well, not champions yet, but.
Not champions yet. They still have some work to do. They
Championship mentality.
They did earn themselves a double bye in the Big Ten tournament, which is fantastic to see. And then their season comes to a conclusion this Sunday where they will take on Maryland on the road. But they already earned the double bye in the Big Ten tournament next week in Indy. So that was good. And they actually surprisingly did not turn Sparty over that many times. I mean, when you look, it's not crazy for us to see an 18, 20, 25 turnover game out of this Buckeye defense. And they didn't turn Michigan State over that much. Michigan State went on a 13-0 run in the fourth quarter, but then the Buckeyes were able to kind of go from there. Here was Kevin McGuff on just his thoughts on beating a ranked team at home.
It's a good win against a very good team. Michigan State's in the midst of a really good season, and you know, they got a chance to do some really good things in March. They're good. They got a great team, and but a good win for us. And you know, we were obviously very good on the offensive end of the floor tonight.
They were very good. I mean, anytime you're putting up near 90 points in a game, things are going correct for you offensively. So it was a great performance out of them last night, senior night. Like I said, top 25 matchup against Maryland coming up on Sunday on the road in College Park. Late night last night in the city of Los Angeles, your Buckeye men's team took down USC 87-82. Now, I'm going to be 1,000% honest with everyone. I did not watch this game. That's bedtime for me.
That's,
all right,
yeah.
10:30 start. That was tough.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. Willie was not feeling great last night, so he was up. He was coughing, doing all kinds of things, as sick kids do. And I was up during the game. I was up until deep into the second half. Now I'm checking my phone and I'm looking. I'm pulling up the YouTube TV on my phone just because I'm like, I can't fall asleep. Like, let's have this on so I can have one. I had no intentions of watching this game. I ended up watching a good amount of this game. So he's up, and this probably starts I think I went to bed maybe around like 10:15ish. It's like normal time for me. Try to settle down. I try to be asleep every night by 10:30.
Yeah.
Like my alarms goes off at usually 4:15. If I can get like 5.5, 6 hours, I feel pretty good. Take a nap in the day when he naps. And so last night, lay in bed, monitor is going off. He's coughing throughout the night. I'm giving some Tylenol and go in there, give him some water before bed just to kind of settle that down. Put the Vicks on the chest and on the feet.
That's a classic.
Getting him ready to go. And so then at around 10:15, as I'm like going up to bed, so I'm sure he heard me walk up the steps. That kind of woke him up, and then swiftly Theo followed me. And as you know, you have a big dog as well. They're not the most quiet beasts when they're walking around, clicking, clacking with the nails.
I was about to say, mine is click-clacking on the floor and bumping into stuff.
And we've got hardwood, and they're just generally loud beasts. And so, 10:15, 10:20-ish last night, hear some noises from the monitor. Not cries, noises. And usually, like, if he's just doing that, we'll let him go. Sometimes he gets himself back to sleep, and I'm like, all right, 10, 15 minutes of that. And then at about, 10:40 or so, here come the cries. I'm like, all right, let me go down there, let me check, see what's going on. Went down, rocked him for a little bit, about 15 minutes, feeling all right about that. He was pretty tired, fell asleep in the arms, went, put him back down. 15 minutes later, 11 o'clock, same thing. I'm like,
may as well just stay up. Yeah.
I'm like, let's just do some Vicks at this point. Like some more, give you some more Vicks. We'll be good to go on that situation. Give you some more water. Put him back down. Another 15, 20 minutes go by. It's like 11:20. Go back into bed. It's like 11:35. Like just ferocious cries.
Oh man!
I'm like, oh dude, he feels so bad. I feel awful for him. And so I have the Tylenol in the kitchen. I didn't have it in his room because now he's big enough where he doesn't use like the syringe for things anymore. Like he'll just drink it straight out of the cup. So I pick him up, I take him to the kitchen. Now earlier in the day, like he was feeling fine. Like he's feeling okay. He had a cough, but generally with kids, like he's still running around.
Yeah.
So Meredith had made some no-bake cookies. Like it was a good thing for them to do. Like he wanted to help in the kitchen. He's pouring the oats.
Yeah.
He's pouring the milk. And so he was obsessed with these cookies all night. Like, didn't give him that many, but he knew that they were there.
Yeah.
And so I bring him out to the kitchen. Again, 4 seconds before that, he was crying, like having the worst time of his life. Put him down in the kitchen. He's still in like his sleep suit, all that. He's got his pacifier in his mouth. Take that out, give him some water, give him some more Tylenol. It's like 4.5 hours after we gave him the last one. I'm like, all right, man, let's settle down. And he just looks at this basket of no-bake cookies. Sharky looks at me. He takes the passy out of his mouth, and he just goes, cookies. Yeah, baby. I'm like, dude, it's 11:30 at night. No cookies.
There's not a lot of things that cookies can't fix.
And he was fine. Like, he was smiling. He was laughing because he's like, cookies. Want one? Hold it. I'm like, no, man. It's 11:30. Mom and Dad are trying to sleep. So by the time I put him back down, it was like 11:45. And then I rolled over at some point in the night, and I haven't talked to Meredith this morning, and she was gone. The monitor was gone. So I'm like, I don't even know what she went through last night. I don't know how many times that he was up and rolling around, but it was a tough night in our house.
That's tough. Is it? I think I know the answer to this. You can't give a kid William's age NyQuil, right?
No.
Because NyQuil would solve that problem.
I've thought about it.
I was about to say.
Been thinking about it.
How old do they have to be? Like 5 or something?
I have no clue.
Because NyQuil will mess you up.
NyQuil messes me up.
I was about to say, if I have something to do the next day, I don't take NyQuil. Because I'll be groggy. I will have to have a free reign to sleep till like 10 p.m. Because NyQuil is just going to knock me out. 10 a.m., 10 p.m.
Real night owl.
No, NyQuil will knock me out for a good 9 hours.
Yeah, and
so you can't give it to a 2-year-old.
No, I don't think you can. I think that's a little bit frowned upon. So I don't know what I'm in store for when I go home. But I was able to get some sleep, and I think Mare was able to get some sleep on the front end. So that's what you call teamwork.
I had a different issue last night. I was playing the casino. I was playing Civ 6.
Yeah, you got caught, didn't you?
I don't know if anybody who listens has ever played Civilization 6, but it is built like a casino. They've got bright colors. They've got this really upbeat, fun music, and there's no stopping points. So, you're dealing with your kid. Civ 6 doesn't sleep either.
How's your Civilization? How's Congo coming along?
Great. It's great. It's booming metropolis.
The favorite thing about you playing Civ 6 is that you just play the same game every time.
Every time for the last 5 years.
You don't differentiate. You don't play different characters.
No.
You don't do anything. It's the same game.
Yep. Mbemba and Zinga. I take him to glory. Every time he takes over the world.
I was thrilled when I got up to see that the Buckeyes did win their basketball game, though.
They're rolling now, are they?
Nah, they had a 3-game losing streak, and then they had
back.
a win.
They're back.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, they're back.
Yeah.
They just went across the country and beat USC. I'd say they're back.
87-82. They were up big, and then it got tight, and then Devin Royal had a monster 3-point play at the end. And so I watched the end of the game this morning. After having no intentions of watching it last night, I watched a good amount of it into the second half. Had to call it a night. But it was good from them and Jake Diebler's guys. So they're on their way back here to Columbus. They will take on Nebraska on Tuesday. So they do get the weekend off after the LA doubleheader, which is nice. Jackets at the Red Wings tonight, 7 o'clock here. 6:30 coverage begins right here on The Fan. Again, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join us coming up here 7:30, talk all things CBJ. What the Buckeyes have to say at the Combine yesterday. You're going to hear from them coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watch for heavy delays on I-70 westbound past Hilliard Rome Road. We've got a crash that is blocking traffic. Also out in Granville, we've got a crash on State Route 16 westbound right near 37. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan traffic.
I'm Rick Reichert. Our customers drive from Springfield, Cincinnati, even Akron for Reichert Ford's President's Day Super Sale. The entire Reichert Ford team has been working double time to stock more vehicles and slash even more prices. And we're dealing. Lease new 2024 hybrid F-150s for just $599 a month for 36 months. 0 down. Or lease new 2024 Bronco Sport for just $399 a month for 36 months. Also, 0 down. And every new Ford comes with Reichert Ford's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. So don't drive all over Ohio going to smaller dealers with fewer vehicles at higher prices. Reichert Ford's President's Day Super Sale is on now at the largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichertFord.com. Based on 2024 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region, leases on approved credit, no security deposit required, ends 3/1. Come in now.
Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted Affinity for 7 years for their testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to gradually lose testosterone over time. This leads to brain fog, fatigue, muscle loss, low sex drive, none of the things you want. If you want to feel like you did in your prime and get your energy back, better mood, higher sex drive, increase muscle mass, then get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're accessible. They ship the treatments right to your door. feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Do you realize making the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, it'll take nearly 20 years to pay them off? What if I told you there's a way for you to get them all paid off in just a matter of weeks? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Imagine wiping out all of your credit cards. Here's where you go. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending is the easy button for tapping in to hundreds of thousands of dollars in your home equity. That's not the bank money. It's your money. Listen, your home, the value is way up. And now AFLcash.com has a super fast, hassle-free program that lets you turn that equity into cash. People who do this are living their best life, their credit card debt free, with cash left over for other stuff like home improvements, maybe a vacation. See how much money you can get now. Go to AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Say goodbye to greedy credit card companies. That's AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Introducing Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It is cloudy today, a little bit cooler. Rain is likely this afternoon. Today's high 48. Friday, mostly sunny, high 52. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, high 38. By the time that the puck drops for that Blue Jackets game, temperatures will be around freezing. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here 7:30 this morning, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join the program. It's Combine Week, Mike. I know you love Combine Week.
Combine Week is what we all wait for.
Yeah.
I'll say this. As weird as the Combine is, it's it's really entertaining. You get to see some really good athletes go and do some incredible stuff. Everybody wants to know who's going to be the fastest. I like seeing which of the big guys are going to be the fastest, because you see somebody 3:15 moving in that 40-yard dash or in the triple cone or any of those. I love seeing that. That's, to me, peak athleticism. Anybody who's 180 pounds can run fast, Brandon. And if you can't,
it's physics.
It's physics. If you're 180 pounds, you can run fast. If you're 315 pounds running sub 5, or you're moving quick, change of direction.
Yeah, like a 4.8.
Yeah, or those broad jumps. You got somebody who's like 6'5", 300-something, broad jumping 10 feet.
How's your broad jumps coming?
You know, Brandon, people ask this question. I can lie on the radio. So I'm going to say my broad jump right now is a solid 9 feet.
Good.
All right, and I think you saw the mobility's still there when we were playing ping pong.
Yeah, it is.
Change of direction hasn't left.
How'd that ping pong game turn out for you?
We're getting better. We're getting better. You know,
brick by brick.
Going back to the gridiron. I'll be in the lab working on it, and then you know me, Brandon. You might beat me once. You might beat me twice. You might beat me 10 times, but we don't stop until I win. That's the rule.
That's what happened with FIFA.
Yeah, that's the rule.
It was terrible. That was a terrible day for me when I first lost.
Oh, yeah, we could get into that. You were the sensei for a long time. Got me into FIFA.
Now I'm washed.
Taught
Just an
me the
old
game.
man.
It's tough. I'm carrying the squad now.
I know. It's tough.
You went and had a family and had a kid.
Selfish.
I'm committed to the game.
I know you are.
Okay? I'm committed to greatness.
That's why people love you.
Yeah. Because they're like, that guy
That guy
plays
loves
FIFA.
football.
He plays FIFA pretty well.
Yeah.
Not great, but pretty well.
Guy loves football. There's no question about it.
Thanks. That's the best compliment you can give somebody. If you love your wife, tell her she loves football.
Right?
That's what she wants to hear. That's what every woman wants to hear.
That's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts about the combine too. And I think it was here. Let me see if I can pull up the cut. Sharky, it was Kevin Stefanski. I think he was talking about Travis Hunter, and just listen at what Kevin Stefanski says, because this is said so much about football players.
He's a football player for sure.
Yeah, he's a football player.
That's what you want to hear.
Guy loves football.
Yeah, that's what. As a coach, that's the highest honor you can give someone. That's a football guy. He loves the game. He loves it with everything. That's what they want from you. If you go into like the combine, I had a question. They were like, "Why are you get good grades and you come from a family that has like is big on education? They're like, why are you committed to football?" And I wanted to be like, "Dude, you guys pay millions a year. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is what I love it." But that was, I think, honestly,
did that shake you when they asked that?
It pissed me off because that was what everybody had always said about me was like, "Oh, if you can go get a different job, why would you put up with football?" So because I enjoy football, because I love playing football. Yeah, I could go get a job, but like, this is what we do growing up. This is what we've played. This is what we've watched as a kid. This is what you dream about. Like, why are you questioning me just because I decided to do well in school? It always made me mad.
You know what the interesting juxtaposition to that too? Because if you would do bad in school, it's like, well, your whole family's educated. You come from an education background. What happened here?
Yeah, why don't you take your responsibilities seriously? Like, get out of my face, man. Watch the film. If you don't like what you see on the film, then don't draft me. But if you do, then draft me. Like, what are we talking about?
Here was, and the sports team from 10 TV did a good job getting some interviews, and I'm sure they'll do the entire thing. Do a great job this weekend in Indianapolis. Here was Nicole Sheeran with JT Tuimoloau yesterday on the draft process, combine process, really is him living out a childhood dream.
I think just talking to the coaches here, the kid in me is like, man, that's really the dude you've been watching. But it's just a blessing. I've been praying and just trusting the Lord to continue to guide me, and the fact that I'm here. You got to take it all in. I mean, I know it's a big process, but this is what we dreamed of as kids, and we just got to take it in, take nothing for granted, and enjoy it.
You're so close at that point, right?
It's really weird because, like you said, these are things you've been dreaming about your whole life, and you're in it now. It's not a dream anymore. It's not even really a goal anymore. It's happening. So it is very surreal, and it's going to continue to be surreal for these rookies for the next, 18 months. It doesn't stop. You go from the combine to training for the pro day to getting ready to go the draft, and then you're going to your team within like 5 days. Some guys literally that night are hopping on a plane to go to their new team. Then your OTAs, then your camp. It just keeps rolling.
Into the season.
These things that you just have been watching and hoping for and praying for, finally coming to fruition, but you have to perform throughout all that. You don't get to just sit back as an observer anymore and watch it.
Man, there's Lamar Jackson. He looks awesome in person. Pew!
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, whoops. Shouldn't have cut inside, try to make the play. Here was one more from JT about his thought process being able to go through this with his guy, Jack Sawyer.
First of all, we're roommates again, so it's cool just to have my brother here, and just we're able to just share this moment. I mean, just talk about how we always dreamed about it and how it's crazy that time flies and we're already here. So just to have him and just be here and just see what he's going through, what we've both been through, it's a blessing.
Yeah, it's really cool for them. Did you have a roommate when you were in the combine, or were you a single bedroom guy?
No, we all have a roommate. I don't remember who my roommate was. I think he had a good career. I think he ended up having a knee injury, but I don't remember his name.
Okay, yeah. I remember Bob, he was telling the story this week where like he was the one guy who didn't have a roommate.
Lucky him.
Yeah, he's by himself. Here was Jack Sawyer with Adam King about what his satisfaction level is leaving Ohio State better than what he found it, which I think is the goal for all these guys.
Feels great. It feels good being able to finish my career at Ohio State and go out on top as a national champion. So knowing that we left the program better in a place than we found it is good to know, knowing that now we're former players, which sounds really weird. But at the same time, blessed to be here. It's a dream come true for me since I was a little kid. I'm excited about it.
Bob has long talked about this, Mike, and how the standard is to leave the room better than how you found it. And I think if you look at JT Tuimoloau and Jack Sawyer and Ty Leak and Ty Hamilton and those guys, like they have been here for a long time. They grinded their way to a national championship this year. Those guys they were brick by brick guys for sure.
Yeah, it's about leaving the legacy. Ohio State was around a long time before they got here, a long time before I got here. And you feel that pressure when you step into the building to carry on the legacy and, like you said, leave it better than how you found it, which is that's hard. That's tough. There's a lot of successful seasons that came before us. I respect the heck out of them for putting in the effort, to be able to finish your career with a national championship. I know personally that just, it fills you with a sense of satisfaction. It fills you with this just feeling like, all right, I left nothing on the table. Like there was nothing else that we wanted to do. I know those guys probably had a couple more goals they wanted to hit, but
yeah, when you got to the playoff though, you couldn't change it.
You can't change it. You can't just dwell on what was missed. You have to just keep going, and it shows their mental fortitude. And to be able to put Ohio State back on that national stage where we felt for the last decade we belonged is huge for them. It's huge for the city. It's huge for the college. So I'm thankful to them for bringing us back to a national championship. And it's exciting for them that they get to go through this process together. It's a tough process. So having that buddy next to you the whole way is really good.
Here's what he said about the 4 games that they played in the college football playoff en route to a national championship and how he thinks it's helped them ultimately at the next level, being able to transition into the NFL.
It's good to know that, we went and played some of the best guys in the country and competed at the highest level. And like you said, win a national championship. Having done all that, it makes you feel better about going to the next step in the NFL. And knowing you're going against the best guys who get paid a lot of money to do their job, and they're grown men now. So being able to do that, being able to compete against a lot of guys who now are playing in the NFL already from our teams from years past, that gives you the confidence you need to know to go in there and know, hey, I got drafted for a reason too. I'm here for a reason too. I can play with these guys as well. So just taking that mindset, but obviously knowing that, you better bring it every day.
It's a great mindset. I don't know why anybody would be shocked to hear that out of Jack Sawyer's mouth.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders. It seems like he has that good blend of confidence and humility. It seems like a lot of these Ohio State guys have a good blend of confidence and humility. And that really is a hard balancing act to have, because you need to be humble, especially as a rookie. You need to be humble going in, realizing like, there are guys who've been doing this for 10, 15 years, and you're just figuring out what the process is looking like. It is a different beast than college, but you also have to know that like you're capable of this. And it's good to hear Jack say those things, because he is capable of having a lot of success in the NFL. And he, a lot of these guys that are coming out of Ohio State this year, I think they have the recipe when it comes to just hard work, put your head down, be coachable, embrace the grind. So I expect a lot out of this class.
I don't think there's another person on this Ohio State team who is going to be available in the combine and the draft that exemplifies that more than Cody Simon, Blocko recipient, captain here. You look at the elevation of his play throughout the regular season and into the playoff. Cody's run was nothing short of remarkable here at his time at Ohio State, and he wants his leadership to carry over to the NFL.
I always want to be a leader, no matter where I go. I mean, you can be a leader from behind and be the young guy on the group, but I think I can always step into a room and try to assert myself just as a leadership and as a person who does the right thing and can preach that he does the right thing and then makes the other people feel like he's reliable and trustworthy. So I think that's my biggest goal, just to make sure these coaches and organizations can trust me and do my job.
I don't think they're going to have a problem with that with Cody.
No. And the NFL's, like I said, it's a bunch of men, man. It's a bunch of rough dudes. And so, like, the most important thing if you want to be a leader in the league is consistency and performance. And I think Cody Simon will be fine with that. But, like, it seems like he has what it takes to show up day in and day out with a good mentality, put the work in, and now he's just got to make sure that the performance matches that work.
One more from Cody Simon with Adam King over in Indy, and again, coverage on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus all the way throughout this weekend in the Combine. What he wants scouts to take away, just if they are going to draft Cody Simon, what are they getting?
I hope they think that I'm a great linebacker, someone who's going to do his job at all times. He's going to be around the ball at every play. I love the game. I love playing football, and I think they love guys who love ball. So that's my goal. Hope I leave that impression on them and do my job.
Guy loves football.
That's all you got. That's all you want to hear. Guy loves football, because you can't do that job if you don't love it. It's too tough. It's too hard.
Head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason. He's going to join us coming up here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching heavy delays on 70 westbound on the west side. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. Crews are working to clear up a crash in those westbound lanes. Also, Granville driver, State Route 16 heading westbound right near 37. Crews blocking the left shoulder due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive. It started $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations, Dublin, Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
It is 7:30, and it is the Thursday, and it's time to check in with the head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets.
It's time for a chat with our favorite son of Flynn, Flan Manitoba. And he's also the coach of the Jackets. Morning Juice presents Coffee with the Coach.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
As we head out to the hotline, checking with the coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, he is Dean Evason. Coach, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How we feeling? We're in Detroit. Travel day yesterday. Mom's trip for you guys, for the players, which is really cool. How we doing today, Coach?
Yeah, we're doing really well. It's an exciting time. Obviously, it's awesome to have the moms along. We had a little meeting yesterday with them in the room. There'll be a practice here this morning, then obviously the game, and then head back with us for the outdoor game. So it's really, they've started doing this a few years ago. It used to be just the father's trip, but we all think, and obviously I do, that it's very important that we recognize the mothers as well, what they've done to allow their children and support their children to be in this position that they're at, and to celebrate who they are.
I was very much enjoying the pictures coming out from the social media accounts yesterday, Coach. Before we get to tonight's game and then into Saturday over at the Horseshoe, let's go back. How have you liked your guys' restart after the Four Nations? Big one Saturday night was looking good against the Blackhawks, and then turn around and play, which was pretty an awesome game to watch as a fan on Tuesday against a really good Stars team. How have you liked the restart so far?
Yeah, no, we totally agree that the Stars game was as good a hockey game as there's been, or that we have played this year. It was fast, it was physical, it had a lot of different elements in it, and the two games, we scored some goals, which is exciting. Obviously, we want to be able to score goals. We need to in order to win hockey games, but we really were excited about how we played systematically, how we were dialed in. Coming off of the break, and the guys really committed to doing that. We didn't have a lot of turnovers. We played the game the right way, and it allowed us to be in an opportunity to obviously get a couple of wins.
Coach, thanks for joining us. We're coming up on the tail end of the season, and I see that we're 4th in the Metropolitan Division, but not very far out of that second, third place spots. Do you guys look at the rankings much throughout the season, or is it just head down, grind out each game, see the next opponent? Could you talk to us a little bit about that mentality?
Yeah, no, it's the latter. It's exactly what we do. I mean, listen, the standings are there. Some people like to look at them, some don't. Some like numbers, some don't. Some stats. The bottom line is each and every night when the pucks drop, we compete and we see where you're at. I've talked a lot here about, that our goal is to win the Stanley Cup. It's simple as that. in order to get to that spot and to achieve our goal, you have to take steps in that direction. And obviously, one of the steps is that you make the playoffs. Then it's first, second, third round, and then hopefully you're in the Stanley Cup final and you can get the job done. But we have to take some steps in that direction. The first one's the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, are we excited about how we've played up to this point? For sure. But it means nothing. We have to continue to play how the Columbus Blue Jackets play each and every night in order to give ourselves a chance to win hockey games, and ultimately believe that if we do that, we will be in a position at the end of the year to compete for the Stanley Cup.
He is head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Just from a personal perspective, Coach, I know you're a big golfer. Does that mentality change, like when you're on the golf course, if you're playing a match? Do you want to know what the score is, or is it you against the golf course and it doesn't matter? Like, how does Dean Evason, the golfer, compare to Dean Evason, the hockey coach, when it comes to keeping track of scores?
One shot at a time. It's 100%. I said, you know what? We all play golf, and you hit a bad shot, and it sits with you for a bit. You're like, well, but the quicker you let it go, the better off you're going to be. There's no different than a hockey game or a good shot for that matter. Like, you hit this great shot in there, like and then you're all pumped up. It's like, well, wait a minute, you got to hit the next one. So you got to make the putt. So it's just trying to let it go, looking at the next opportunity, the next shot. Sorry, not looking too far ahead, right? Not looking at the end result. Just let's concentrate on hitting this next shot. If you do that, you'll put yourself in a position to make birdie. You play well, in this game tonight, we'll put ourselves in a good position to make the playoffs. Absolutely, Coach. How nice has it been for you guys to have Boone back? I mean, I know it's only 2 games sample size, but it's tremendous to see him back on the ice. Yeah, I got in the dressing room or the coach's room after the last game, and I just said, I know I've got a tremendous grasp of the obvious, but it sure is fun to have him on our hockey club and to call his name out. He does so many things well. He has such a well-rounded game, and most importantly, his presence, his voice on the bench and in the dressing room, that calming influence, that professionalism that he's led with for years here. And obviously, even when he was hurt, he was leading with those types of situations in the room. But it's nice to have him on the bench and on the ice now doing it as well. Coach, coming up this weekend, you guys are going to be playing in the Shoe. 90,000 fans. What are you going to talk to the players about to keep them focused in an environment like that? I want them to enjoy the experience. I want them to take it all in when they have the opportunity to do that. So we're walking out. I want them to look around. I want them to enjoy it. I want them to see their families and see all the wonderful fans that are up there cheering for us and take in the environment. No question. When the pucks drop, play the game bloody hard like we always do. When there's a timeout, go ahead, look up, see the stars, have fun with it. Absolutely. The day before Friday is going to be tomorrow's going to be fantastic. The families can come on the ice. We can practice. Plenty of time to reflect on growing up and what this great game has given so many of us. But when the puck's dropped, you play the game the same way. So that'll be the message to our group the next couple of days. I know you guys were in the building. How many times have you been over there, Coach? I know you guys were over there on, is it Wednesday or Tuesday? I know you were over there a little bit earlier in the week, but actually going from like seeing renderings and knowing that you're going to play this game and then seeing the ice and all the decor and everything and actually being implemented. What was that like for you, seeing that come to life? Yeah, I had my first experience this year. We all went to a game, all the players and all the coaches, and went to a football game, and it was absolutely fantastic. I've been to a basketball game over there as well, obviously not in that building, but to be in that stadium, I say to people, I've been to the Coliseum in Rome, and when you walk up to the Shoe and you look up, it has that same feel for me. It was just like I was in awe of such a wonderful stadium, so massive stadium, and how obviously old it is and how it's been preserved and just treated right. So yeah, to go over there this week and to walk in there and seeing the boards up and the ice being put down and looking around that incredible stadium, it gave you chills, and we're all excited about it. Certainly excited to to get over there tomorrow, and then obviously Saturday to get after it in the game.
It is really going to be a spectacle to see. We're all excited about it. Before we get you out of here, Coach, what do you want to see tonight? Because not only, is it a game against the Red Wings in the shoe? You got them tonight on the road. Both of you guys is currently, and I know that you don't want to talk about this, but we do have to mention it, 1 and 2 in the wild card ranking. So, it's a game of heavy severity in this little back-to-back coming up for you guys.
Yeah, and you can get caught up in that a little bit, right? So, we'll try to keep the guys, and again, with our leadership, and we just mentioned Boone, we'll do the same thing. We'll just stay calm and get prepared as we always do, and we'll compete. Every shift you compete to win your puck battles. You against the guy in front of you. You battle with your teammate in order to give ourselves the best opportunity to have success. And yeah, sure, they're big games. Every game's a big game now, right? It doesn't matter when, and we talk about this as well, is when, where, or who we play the same way. So I expect our group to do the exact same thing when the puck's dropped here tonight.
What time are we rolling the yoga mats out here this morning?
I just got out of the gym right now, so no yoga today, just a little gym workout. But heading down for breakfast with the boys and then get over to the rink.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Go get them tonight in Detroit. Can't wait to see you guys Saturday at the shoe, all right?
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
There he goes, head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evason, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, 70 westbound, slow moving on the west side because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. Expect delays over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Tri-State Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. As football winds down, college basketball is gearing up, and fans are ready to see which teams will prove they are ready to shine in March and who will be seen in San Antonio. You can get on all the action from tip-off to the final whistle at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers can bet $10 and get $100 back in bonus bets and unlock 30 days of ESPN Plus. Download the app. Sign up with the promo code Radio100 to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The Open Season Sportsman's Expo, presented by Progressive and Can-Am, March 14 to 16, heads to the Ohio Expo Center. Tickets on OpenSeasonSportsman'sExpo.com. Buy early and save. Be sure to check out Tacticam and Toyota Tundra, official cell cam and truck of the Expo.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And listeners, they're always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Well, if you're wondering if you could be a good candidate, let's say the answer is yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain? Knees, hips, back, shoulders, other joints, trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery? Because I didn't want to deal with it. And all of the pain and the long recovery and the uncertain time that comes with it. Here's the best part. Most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because the joint pain is holding you back? Whether that's walking, jogging, hanging out with loved ones. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate. So do not wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. They're located in Dublin, Gahanna, or you can go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Skyway is back at Skyline Chili for 2 weeks only. Order a Skyway today and get 50% extra cheese at no extra charge on your regular or large 3, 4, or 5-way at participating locations for a limited time.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Got Mike Bennett hanging out in studio with us. Sharky, it's time to get fired up today.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, before we go any further, let's just listen to our guy Schlegs.
I'm the world's fastest dumper. Yeah, I feel great. You know, I wouldn't have been out 3 series like Lamar was. Poof David Copperfield. There it goes.
Not me. Couldn't be me.
You like to take your time?
I like to take it's a nice respite from life in there.
What about you, Shark?
Take my cell phone in there. Do
Sometimes I spend hours in there.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we used to have like the books next to the toilet.
Yeah.
Like Chicken Soup for the Soul. You read some sad story while you're pooping. That was what I would growing up. That was what Chicken Soup. Did you ever read Chicken Soup for the Soul?
I mean,
Chicken Noodle Soup.
I
for the
know
Soul?
of them. I don't know if I've ever read them.
It's like
they
these
were around.
heartwarming stories. I don't even really remember the stories, but they were always like these really emotional stories. You could really get into it while you're on the toilet. That was the go-to as a kid. But now we got our phones, so I just watch reels of nonsense.
Just locked in.
Locked in, yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, we had 8 of us living in a ranch house. Must have been 1,500 square feet with 2 bathrooms. So you couldn't stay in there very long because other people needed to use it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't an only child like Beam.
What number were you like in the line
3.
for the shower? No.
For the shower.
Yeah,
and showers were 3 minutes.
Okay, there was a timer. All right.
Did you ever get stuck with the cold water?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happened too. But my stepdad, he was adamant about a 3-minute shower. He'd come pounding on the door. Get out of there. 3 minutes is up. So now I take 20-minute showers.
There you go.
Just to spite him. What has me juiced? Friend of the show, friend of Morning Juice, Laura Rutledge.
Yeah.
ESPN's been blowing people out left and right over the years. She got re-upped on a multi-year contract.
Good for her.
So I'm happy about that. She does college football, NFL, Masters.
Mm-hmm.
She's done it all at that network, and I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I do love her.
Yeah.
Maryland, always a tough place to play in college basketball. And the Terps have won 15 games at home this season already. They are ranked 16th in the country, hosting number 8 Michigan State last night, game tied at 55 with less than 10 seconds left. So Maryland's got the ball. They got 2 options: win it at the buzzer or take it to overtime, or maybe not. This is the Big Ten Network.
Gillespie for 3. Go or no. Holloman looks the clock. Half court for the win. Oh my goodness. Holloman from half court to win it on the road. It's clearly out of his hand. Trey Holloman, tough first half. Big time here in the second to rebound, make some plays, and then what a shot here on the road. I mean, that is well beyond half court.
Yeah, I think they measured it at like 52 feet.
Watched it.
Too bad.
Watched it live.
I did too. I did too.
It's one of those situations, unless it happens to your team, I still have not forgiven Tony Carr for Penn State from this happening years ago at the shot. You remember that game?
Kata was after we hit a big
Kata. It was Kata's Big Ten Player of the Year season. We were in the build. Tim and I went to the game. Timmy Hall and I went to the game, and we were sitting like behind the basket on the side, like right on the sideline behind the basket. So a really good angle for watching shots come towards you to know if they're like going in or not, if a player's running down the opposite wing. Kata, who I think had the flu that game, and pulled Ohio State up by their bootstraps. They were down like 15 points, and he just pulled a rabbit out of his hat to get them tied up. And I remember Tony Carr running the ball down, pulls it from just over the timeline. I knew it was into the second that it left his hand too, because you could see it. You're like, oh boy, that's got a really good shot of going in. And I gave Tim a forearm shiver when it went in. And then I grabbed him and I said, no, but they're always fun when that happens not to your team.
Right.
Like if you're watching as an average fan and that goes in, you love it.
And then a few weeks later, we lost to Penn State in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
But Chris Holtman had to hate Penn State. For whatever reason, they had our number back in those days. Anyway, that was Robbie Hummel on the call for Big Ten. I think Robbie Hummel and Jay Billis, the best college basketball TV analysts. I love Robbie Hummel. Didn't love him so much as a player because he always had our number as well.
Put you in the torture chamber.
I love when people get caught up in preseason wins and losses. I remember the Browns, when they came back as an expansion team in 1999, the NFL did them the favor of playing in the Hall of Fame game, and they beat Dallas. First game ever, preseason as an expansion team.
We're going to win.
Oh, my gosh. Browns fans were like, I think this team can go 8-8. You know what? They might make the playoffs. Of course, they won 2 games that year. And then in 2017, when we went 0-16, we were 4-0 in the preseason. We beat the Bears 25-0 at Soldier Field in the final preseason game, and man, this was going to be our year. Yeah. Coming off a 1-15 season, we went 0-16, and this year, the Cleveland Cavaliers were winless in the preseason, 0-4, and then they won their first 15 games. Michael, you were in the NFL for 3 seasons. Did wins and losses in the preseason mean a darn thing to players?
Yeah, championships are won in August. That's what they say.
Is that what they say?
No.
Is that the mantra?
No. Those wins, those games, if you think your team, had a little success in the preseason, so they're going to have a good season, you're going to have a tough awakening. It's generally the preseason is just for ironing out some new schemes that you're trying to do, trying to get people's bodies back, trying to see what the young guys can do, giving people some opportunities to show up. But even in that 4-game preseason, there was no need for 4 games. That's why they cut it down to 2, because by the last 2 games, the starters aren't playing. Your veterans aren't playing. Your 10-year guys, you're not going to burn them out in a preseason.
Yeah, now they don't play in any of the games.
Yeah.
Let alone the last 2.
Yeah, so no, even guys in the locker room didn't think, oh, we won some preseason games, this is going to be a good season.
Fans are stupid, though.
People just want to see the win column go up. That's it.
What's got you fired up today, big dog?
It's a big day, Brandon. It's going to be, I'm juiced up for 2 different reasons.
Uh-oh.
2 reasons. The first reason is Ohio State's men's tennis absolutely walloped Michigan yesterday. They beat them, I think, so I'm looking at it. I don't really understand tennis scores, but in the doubles, they won 2 of the 3 matchups. And in the singles, they won 4 of the 6 matchups, and the 2 that they didn't win, the games didn't finish. I don't know what that means, but all I know is Michigan didn't win. We beat them 5-0 yesterday. So I'm glad somebody's whooping Michigan.
Was that indoor or outdoor?
It was one of them. I'm going to guess indoor.
I think it's indoor.
Yeah, because the weather was pretty crazy. But the other reason I'm juiced is something that's going to have everybody juiced on Saturday.
Literally.
Everybody juiced on Saturday. Curtis Grant is opening up a Pure Green on High Street, 1475 North High Street. Grand opening March 1st at 11 a.m. That's got me juiced up. A former teammate, a national champion. We're going to have a bunch of Buckeyes out there, and it's just going to be – it's a good time. It's good for him starting a business, And Pure Green is a delicious place. I don't know if you've looked at that menu, Brandon.
I was looking at the matcha. Not the matcha, the mocha. Mocha cold brew sounds great.
Oh, yeah. Like, they've got everything for you. If you're interested in health and wellness or anything like that, and I'm a smoothie guy. I used to make smoothies all the time during my playing days. And I'm going to tell you, Brandon, I don't know how I lost the recipe. Like, I tried to make smoothies again. It was horrible. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. Game's gone. I used to have spinach in there, frozen blueberries, chia seeds.
Ooh.
I was killing it. And then I tried to do it again. It stopped blending up. I was just eating pieces of spinach that had some fruit on it.
Not a smoothie.
Horrible.
It's a roughie.
Yeah, so I would like to go somewhere where they know what they're doing. And so I'm going to stop in at Pure Green on Saturday.
That sounds awesome, man. I make Willie some smoothies. They're pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the day.
For him, it's just yogurt and berries.
That's all you really, I mean, that's all you need. Throw a couple ice cubes in there, you got yourself a smoothie.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the ice cubes in there.
Yeah.
Because he needs to be able to drink it like out of a straw without it.
Oh, it can't be too thick.
Yeah, so we got to do that. But yeah, that's got me juiced as well, literally, because they have got juices and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting excited about Big Willie's second birthday party that's happening on Saturday. Fired up about that. We've got, we did a food order. We did roosters. So I figured everyone likes that. We'll be all right on that front. So very fired
boneless
up about
wings.
it. Yeah, we're doing the boneless, Shark. Doing the boneless. I know that you yell at me about that, but that's what we prefer in our household, right?
Well, you can't give a little kid a flapper.
I mean, you
can't.
can't.
You could have teach him early, yeah.
You could.
You just got to keep your eye on him.
Yeah, he's putting everything in his mouth. I thought by 2 years, like that would go away. It's gotten worse.
I'm 32, still doing it.
Yeah, puzzles, like puzzle pieces. The duck that he's bark. Yeah. Ooh, this stick looks good. Let me see
never
how
know.
that tastes. Yeah, so who knows what's on that? But yeah, still putting everything in his mouth. We got a puzzle, and there's like this little wooden duck. Just bit its head off the other night. I'm like, what happened to the duck? And for the last 3 days, what happened, duck? What happened, duck? I'm like, well, the duck is dead now.
The duck is gone.
Dad had to throw the duck in the trash can. Either Albert Breer's going to join us on the other side, or Michael shares his harrowing details of a frightening situation from him yesterday. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on 70 westbound just past Hilliard Rome Road. This is over on the west side. We've got lanes blocked off and lingering delays building. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Are you feeling tired, slower, or achier than you used to? You might think it's just age, but it could be low testosterone. At Columbus Men's Clinic, they've helped thousands of men who didn't realize their symptoms were caused by declining testosterone levels, a problem that's becoming a new norm in American men. Columbus Men's Clinic refuses to accept this new normal. They're committed to restoring testosterone to healthy levels so you can feel like yourself again, whether at home, in the gym, at work, or in the bedroom. For years, their medical provider has delivered testosterone therapy tailored to each man's needs. No one-size-fits-all solutions, just real science-backed results delivered by discreet local experts. Imagine more energy, sharper focus, and newfound confidence. A same-day testosterone check and consultation is just $99. Call 614-300-7400 or visit ColumbusMen'sClinic.com today. Your prime years aren't over. They're just waiting to be unleashed. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once with over 50 feet of video wall and more than 30 TVs. Endless chances to win big. Show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings or create your perfect bracket for a shot at Penn Cash. Enjoy food and bucket specials all tournament long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table now at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Maybe your furnace isn't running so well. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater, or maybe it's just a leaky sink. Let my team take care of you the same way they take care of all my championship buddies. Check us out at CarpenterColumbus.com.
Save big money on your next project, now at Menards. Don't let an outdated garage door define your home. Revamp your home's appearance with a new ideal garage door. Choose from our large in-stock selection or design your own using our free Garage Door Designer. Save big and ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Start 2025 with significant growth and earning potential at Uline's new warehouse in Etna. Interview for facilities roles at Uline's February hiring event in Etna. Earn reliable income starting from $20 an hour, plus significant growth and earning potential. And get full health and retirement benefits on day one. Don't wait. Start building a long-term career at a growing company. Sign up for your facilities interview on Saturday, February 22nd in Etna at uline.jobs. That's uline.jobs.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Something amazing is happening here. The next era of AI has arrived. CDW data engineers are helping organizations harness the power of AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. The power to run workloads faster means greater productivity, giving your business a better shot at success. Intel and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Intel-client.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. In their last two games, the Ohio State basketball team has scored 49 points against Northwestern and 61 versus UCLA. Last night at USC, the Buckeyes scored 58 in the first half. They led by 14 at halftime and then held on to beat the Trojans 87-82. Bruce Thornton and Mike Parrish each scored 20 points. John Mobley added 18 as OSU snaps a three-game losing streak. The 12th-ranked Ohio State women have secured a double bye in the upcoming Big Ten tournament following an 89-78 win over number 23 Michigan State. Jelani Cambridge and Asia Petty combined for 56 points, 19 rebounds, and 11 assists for the Buckeyes, who improved to 13-4 in the conference. The NHL standings show Detroit and Columbus currently owning the two wild card spots in the Eastern Conference. Those two teams meet twice in the next 3 nights, including this evening in Detroit. Face-off 7 o'clock here on The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 3 of the program for us on a Thursday. Got Mike Bennett hanging out with us. All kinds of good stuff coming up here this hour.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
No Brierski today. He's working at the Combine. It's a busy week for NFL reporters, man. There are a lot of business deals get done for the offseason this week in Indy.
Yeah.
Tons.
Yeah.
Let alone the actual Combine that's going on.
There's not a lot of downtime at the Combine, especially for a reporter. Like at any point you're watching, okay, who's doing what interview with who, how did somebody perform, who showed up.
Getting interviews with guys,
how
GMs,
are guys,
coaches.
How are guys looking? It's nonstop from like 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. for the entire time at the Combine. So I bet he's grinding.
I bet he is too. Good night on the hardwood last night for the Buckeyes. Ohio State women's basketball wins their senior night game over at the Shot. 15-0 on the season at home from the Ohio State women's basketball team. 89-78 was the final score in that. Michigan State, I think, went on a 13-0 run to start the fourth, and you're like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yep.
It's getting close. And then Ohio State kind of put an end to that, which was good. But yeah, 15-0 on the season. They did earn themselves a double bye in the Big Ten tournament next week in Indy, which is fantastic to see. So a great regular season. It does come to an end, their regular season, on Sunday. Top 25 game on the road in College Park against Maryland. So we'll see what happens in that one. But Ohio State, they did already earn the double bye in the Big Ten tournament for next week in Indy. And then for you late night folks out there, Ohio State men's basketball 87, USC 82. Needed a win. You get Nebraska back here on Tuesday before finishing up your season next weekend at Assembly Hall against Indiana. And here was Deebs last night because they were up big. I told you I had no intent on watching this game. I watched more than I wanted to, just with Willie and dealing with the cough and him being up. And they were up big. USC climbed it back. It was 80-80 with, I think, a minute left to go. They held on. 87-82 was the final score. And here was Deebs kind of on the finish and how they were able to hang on to that victory.
There was a stretch in the second half where we didn't play through the pain enough. But I thought, we were able to get to the free throw line. We were able to finish some things inside and get just enough stops. We weren't right. They had some really good offense going in the second, just really physical downhill, playing through the paint. So that was more the message. We got to keep being really physical. I was more disappointed that we gave up the shooting percentage we did in the first half. And then obviously second half wasn't what we wanted to do either, but we did enough.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, he's got to be critical about his team, but I'll tell you, anytime you go out west, like you're playing against the grain. Like it's going to be tougher. You're going to be a little jet lagged. You're going to be a little lethargic. So
it was interesting.
Away with a win.
Interesting coming away from that as well, because Ohio State went out to L.A. Last Friday because they had the UCLA game last weekend as well. So they stayed out there, and it's the same thing that the women's team did a couple of weeks ago. But the interesting part was Ohio State was in L.A. and USC had just come off a game, I think, against Rutgers in Piscataway. So they were actually in LA.
So they had the disadvantage.
They were in LA longer than USC was, just on the weird travel with the Big Ten. So big finish for them coming up here. I mean, you need to win this game against Nebraska next week, and then you got to go to Assembly Hall and beat an Indiana team that hung on for dear life last night. So we'll see what happens from that, but they did get the victory. Tell us about your harrowing tale yesterday that you had at your house, as we had, I guess, an intruder for the first time in your new home.
Yeah, it was stressful. I got back. I was in Jacksonville for one of my buddy's weddings.
How was it? Good?
It was great. Yeah, it was really nice. It was good weather. It was good to see him again. Got to see some old teammates from the Jacksonville days. So it was a beautiful wedding. And I get back home. I'm like, all right, I always, as soon as I get home, I always, from a plane trip, I always want to just shower. I don't like how it feels to be coming out of a plane.
Some sort of like film on you. It's just weird.
The air in the planes makes me uncomfortable. So I was like, all right, let me get in the shower. I am about to step in the shower and I hear some noises. I'm like, those aren't my usual dog noises.
You're still getting used to the new house noises. Because that takes a while to get used to what your house sounds like.
The creaks and everything. But this was living noises. Like I was like, okay, if it's not Raina, then what is it? A bird flies by the bathroom door. I'm like, oh God, no. I'm butt naked having to deal with this frantic bird. And the house on the second floor of my house, it's an old house, so all of the doorways have these I don't know if you call them windows. What do you call them, Brandon?
Yeah, openings.
Openings at the top of the door to help with airflow. So I wasn't even safe. That bird could get into I couldn't close the door and gather myself. So I'm like, all right, throw some clothes on. How am I going to get this bird out of this house? I grab a towel. And I'm like, I'm going to throw it on the bird when it flies by. Comes zooming by, fluttering. You guys know.
What kind of bird was it?
I don't know. I'm not a bird watcher. It was like.
Is it like a crow or a
No. Smaller than a crow. Smaller than a crow, bigger than a robin. But it was a blackbird. Okay. Had a really sharp 2-inch beak, which scared the crap out of me.
An eagle.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I don't think it was an eagle, but I'll tell people it was an eagle. This swan-sized eagle was flying through my house. And so I was like, all right. If I throw this towel and it redirects and hits me, I'm done. Done for. 400 pounds hit me in the face. So I was like, all right, scrap that. It kept trying to fly out the window, and so it was getting stuck behind the blinds. So I'm like, all right, this is my opportunity. So the next time it was stuck behind the blinds, I run up to the blinds.
Is this in your room, in the bathroom? Like,
this is in the
at?
office. So
Okay.
it kept flying between the office. It had been pooping on the floor. I got into the office and it was like, I saw gunk on the floor. I was like, I don't remember that being there, but, who am I to question
bird
it?
crap.
Yeah. And so it gets stuck in the blinds in the office. And so I'm lifting up the blinds to trap it. And then I push it against the window with the towel, wrap it up in the towel, and then take it out the front door and throw it out. Brandon, I felt like Steve Irwin. I had never caught an animal like that before. Never had an animal in the house that I had to actually put my hands on. So now I feel like a real homeowner. I feel equipped to handle any animal that gets in.
What was Raina doing the whole time? Because if the people don't know, you do have 100-and-some-pound Great Dane. What was she up to?
She was chilling downstairs. I didn't even hear this dog move. There was no click-clack. There was no her trying to figure out why her dad was upstairs running around, stomping around, yelling out random just expletives. She was chilling downstairs. She doesn't like coming upstairs anymore. She's getting old. I don't think she wants to traverse the stairs. So she just has this massive, I think it's called a Big Joe beanbag. That's her dog bed downstairs. She just hangs out in that. I thought it was going to be a hassle because I got high ceilings on the first floor. So if that bird had gone downstairs,
toast.
I would have had to navigate the dog and the high ceilings with the bird. So I really got lucky. It stayed on the second floor and it kept trapping itself. But yeah, man, I felt like I could corral any kind of animal that came down one of my chimneys.
We caught some mice in college.
We did. We're conservationists. We didn't conserve the mice.
No.
We didn't catch and release the mice.
Those mice did not meet a timely end.
No, that was unfortunate.
It was,
for the mice.
it was actually grisly.
It was kind of grisly a couple times. Yeah.
From what I remember. It was
Yeah.
not the best situation. But I think the mice found out that they shouldn't be returning into that house.
Any animal that gets into a house of 5 19-year-old men, it's tough scenes. It's tough. But
I was looking at the place that we used to live in college. Same place. It's still disgusting. I don't know how anybody didn't get deathly ill living there.
I still remember we threw a party one time and if you walked on the floors, your shoes would come off. It was so sticky. It was disgusting.
Terrible.
Yeah. The parents would come by and we all have to, we had one of our roommates, Nick. He was really good about cleaning. He probably hated us, but he was always trying to clean up, and especially whenever our parents would visit. But yeah, that place, like I said, I don't know how you can have a clean college house.
You don't.
For 5 guys. I think we did good. I think we did a good job. All things considered, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was like a chest-high pile of dishes that nobody ever owned up to whose dishes they were. I didn't do that. That's not mine.
Yeah, I didn't eat at home this week. There are 15 plates in the sink.
The indoor grill is disgusting, but who cares?
But I'm the only one eating off the indoor grill.
We know when that was going. We for sure know. Thanks for sharing that story. Next time, hopefully it isn't like a raccoon or something that gets. I'm not catching a raccoon. They got opposable thumbs. I don't know what you do with a raccoon. I call them trash pandas. You don't want them in your house.
No.
Luckily, our house, we haven't had anything crazy. Knock on
whatever
plaster.
this is.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
some sort of plastic.
linoleum.
How the Bengals and Browns stack up against the rest of the NFL in their annual report card. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on 70 westbound just past Hilliard Rome Road. This is over on the west side. We've got lanes blocked off and lingering delays building. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Ooh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Are you turning 65? Are you looking for Medicare Advantage coverage? Great news! The Ohio State Health Systems and Mount Carmel Health Systems are in our provider network. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. One of our licensed agents will answer your call. Call today, 1-888-76-AETNA. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area. Participating healthcare providers are independent contractors and are neither agents nor employees of Aetna. The availability of any particular provider cannot be guaranteed, and provider network composition is subject to change. Other physicians, providers are available in our network.
They're trained. They're fired up. Let's do it. When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
This is a Craver service announcement. Stop what you're doing and get 10 cheese sliders for a new low price of just $7.99. Your choice of melty American, spicy jalapeno, or cheddar cheese. Only $7.99 for 10 cheese sliders. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
And today, Pella's excited to announce our 100-year anniversary.
Cut. Leslie, you accidentally said 100 years.
Not an accident, Wilson.
What?
When you do the windows that look the best, you tend to stick around for a while.
I can't compete with that. Buy from her.
Get the windows that have been around for 100 years. The windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce creamy rich. One love.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Black history is American history. In this Black History Month, the Ohio Education Association is celebrating the many Black Ohioans who have shaped our past and who are paving the way for a brighter future for all of us. I'm OEA President Scott DeMar, and as a high school social studies teacher, I've seen how important it is for our students to receive a full and honest education so they can become better critical thinkers. Join the Ohio Education Association in standing up for our students' freedom to learn.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, we are looking at a cloudy day. Showers are likely between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. There could be enough instability in the atmosphere that we could be looking at some small hail as these showers fall. Today's high will be 48. Tonight's low, 31. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 52. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
You can always watch the show on YouTube. You know what I like about the YouTube chat? It's like its own little micro community in there. You were just telling the story about your harrowing escape from the bird yesterday. And we found out what the windows on top of doors are called. They're called transom windows.
Okay.
And then there was a great debate on which kind of bird had entered your house. Dan said European starling, probably, based on that description.
I'm looking it up. I did think when I first saw it, starling, but it's not a starling because the beak was black. No, I don't think it's not a starling.
And Garen said we called that a grackle. So I didn't think we'd be talking about birds this morning. And then Dan says it's a European starling. Grackles are completely different entirely. We got people yelling at each other in the YouTube chat about birds. I love it.
Don't call a grackle a European starling, all right?
That's the worst thing you can call.
Nobody's trying to hear that.
No way.
I'm going to find out what kind of bird this was. What kind of blackbirds are in Columbus, Ohio?
With large beaks.
It was scary, man. And it moved quick. I don't know the last time you've been close to a bird and how loud they get when they start fluttering around.
They start squawking.
It's disorienting. Yeah. It's like everybody loves the hypothetical, how many geese do you think you could beat hand to hand? And like I personally,
I don't know if anybody's other than you is asking that question.
I think that's common in every household to wonder.
All right, let's get a third party in here. Have you ever asked yourself, how many geese could I take in hand-to-hand combat?
No.
Okay.
Shark, come on.
Never
man.
even thought about it.
That's not true. You're just making me look bad. Everybody, all the listeners are like, yeah, I haven't. They all have a number in their head of how many geese they could beat in hand-to-hand combat. Brandon, you have a number. You might not want to admit it, but you have a number.
Yeah, 43.
There you go. And so I always think
44
in that hypothetical when I bring it up in every situation possible. You know, you meet a girl for the first time, you tell her, hey, I think I could beat a couple hundred geese in hand-to-hand combat. They're usually pretty impressed. They leave quickly, but
I got somewhere to go.
They got to go train because they're too impressed by how many geese I can take down. They don't want to admit to me that they can't take down more than 5, so they're like, I got to go train for the geese
I gotta
invasion.
get better.
Anyway, this guy's the best geese beater. But I think that the like deciding factor in a battle with a goose is, are you going to get disoriented when they start flapping those wings? Do you remember in high school?
Intimidating.
There used to be a goose that patrolled the local subway.
Oh, like outside the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to navigate this angry goose because it would just
Sometimes
guard the door.
Wouldn't go to Subway just because we knew the goose was going to be
Didn't want to have to fight a goose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that, you think that's where that came from? Like when you talk to your therapist, is that like a big jumping off?
I just
point
wanted
for you?
a $5 footlong, and I had to fear a goose the whole time. Guys, I can't find a picture of this bird. Maybe it was the last of its kind. I don't know what kind of. It was a black bird, like 2-inch sharp beak, about 5 or 6 inches high. I don't know how to describe birds, Brandon. I'm doing my best.
Maybe you need to take up bird watching.
Maybe I need
Shark,
to
are you going to do that in retirement?
I was going to say, I don't think I'm old enough for that yet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Shark, you're getting ready to turn 65. Is that something that you've thought of? You're going to need binoculars anyways when you go to the Stadium Series game on Saturday. Have you thought about taking up watching birds at all? Is that a thing for you? I'm just asking.
No.
All right.
I don't like birds. I don't like birds at all. They're dirty. They smell.
Yeah. They're gross.
What do you got against
everywhere.
birds, Shark?
I had one stuck up in my attic one time, and I didn't know it, and the house started smelling. I couldn't figure out where the odor was coming from.
Yeah.
And I realized the closer I got to my bathroom vent that the smell got stronger and stronger. So I finally called in Varmint Guard or somebody, and there were a bunch of living birds. Baby birds, mama bird, and it was awful. I almost had, it was during COVID. If it hadn't been, if there were hotels that were open, I would have moved into a hotel.
That bad, huh?
Birds stink. They're gross.
You have to take the opportunity to get back in touch with the birds, man.
I like to eat chickens.
What about duck? Like a duck?
I do like some duck,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. DC on the YouTube chat said, my dudes, I've witnessed a goose fight, and the answer is 0. You can beat up 0 geese. They hover and peck and are way denser than you think. Your punch won't bother it.
Listen, I'm only going to say this once because it's an insane thing to say, so I don't want to make it like my whole personality. But if you can't throttle a goose, like what are you doing punching a goose? Like, what are you doing punching a goose in a goose fight? This isn't a boxing match. It's got a 2-foot-long neck. That's a weakness. Come on, man. Like I said, I don't want this. I don't want people to be like Mike, because the goose has unnecessary aggression towards geese. I'm just saying geese have unnecessary aggression towards us. So if you throttle the goose, man, throttle the goose. I respect it. I'm sure he had a harrowing situation with a goose, and I don't you see when they puff up. Yeah, I don't want to punch it in the chest.
They get big.
Come on, man. If you can't beat up a goose, what are we talking about? They're hollow.
So our old house that we used to live on in Dayton, we had a neighbor, and they had a bunch of traps set up outside, and I think they were for raccoons or something like that. But a goose got stuck in one, and I just remember waking up because my room where I grew up would look into our neighbor's yard, and they had a little fence. And I just remember my stepdad being in my room so early on a Saturday morning. It's like 7:30. I'm probably, I don't even know how old I was, like 10 or 11 at this time. So I'm like, what are you doing in here, man? It's still early. At that point in time, you sleep until however long you want to, And I just remember waking up, and he is just he is cackling laughing. Like, that's what is waking me up. It was a spring day, or maybe it was in the summer at some time, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? He was like, well, it's like your mom is trying to let free this baby goose from a trap. So, like, there was a goose.
Yeah.
And there was also what's a baby goose? A baby goose?
Gosling.
There was a Gosling. There was a Ryan Gosling in the trap. And my mom was out there, but she was having to try to go against, like, the mother goose. So the mother goose was on the outside of the trap. And so then I obviously got up to the window and was watching it. And my mom thought it would be a good idea. Maybe she thought she could blend in. Like, she put a hoodie on. She had, like, the hood up. And she had her arms, like, out like a bird.
It's a noble effort.
Anyways, didn't end up getting that bird out. I don't know if they called pest control or what, but they got it out. My mom was not successful in getting that baby goose out.
It's a good effort, though. She tried to dress up like a goose.
I wouldn't have gone out there.
No. You just let it be what it's going to be.
We have NFL PA report cards that come out, which is one of my favorite, like, non-sporting things of the year, just to see how NFL teams stack up against each other. So what happens is that almost 1,700 NFL players are interviewed for all this, and they give their organization a grade, basically a letter grade. Pass, fail, they have a whole, like, sliding scale, like a 90 to 92 is an A-, like what you would have in school, right? Like what you get on a test. And the areas in which they get graded: treatment of families, food, nutrition, dietitian, locker room, training staff, weight room, strength coaches, travel, head coach, and ownership. The number one ranked team in the NFL, tied with the next. So 1A and 1B are the Dolphins and the Vikings, and I think those are the same as last year. Good job on them. I think they got A's in, like, just about everything. Mm-hmm. You do have a new worst team as far as ownership goes. The lowest ownership ranking in the entirety of the NFL happens to fall to the New York Football Jets. Last year, it was Dan Snyder and the Commanders. They had that. Now, the Commies actually jumped up from 32 to 11 on the list, but Woody Johnson, and apparently his culture of fear and non-commitment to winning, has cast the Jets now into chaos.
Yeah, they've earned it. That last season was a debacle. I think not just the games, like, that was a byproduct of it, but just all of the shenanigans. I think that everybody could have predicted that the Jets weren't going to score very high in this. And they've been bad for a long time. Yeah. And whenever a team is bad for more than, like, 5 years, it's the ownership. You can only blame a coach or the players for so long before you realize, maybe the people who are calling the shots and bringing people in are the ones to blame.
So the Jets actually ranked 29th overall. Dead last, which is pretty wild to me, in the NFL, is the Cardinals. 31st is the New England Patriots. And 30th are the Cleveland Browns. And here's what some of the players said about the Browns. Here's how they rank on everything. Treatment of families, D+ for the Browns. That's good for 28th. Food is a C-. Nutritionists, dietitians, a B-. Locker room's a F-, which is 32 out of 32. Training room's a D+. Training staff, C-. Weight room's an A. Strength coaches, B+. Team travel's a D. Head coach is a C. And ownership is C+ for the Browns. Again, that's good for 30 out of 32. And then the Bengals rank slightly above the Browns. They're in at number 24. And the big area of concern for the Bengals, because they got 2 Fs on their report card, they ranked dead last in treatment of families, food and dining, and nutritionist dietitian. That's good for 3 last place finishes for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, we talked about it before. The Bengals, their ownership is just, they don't like spending money. They're one of the few teams in the NFL where the team is literally the business. A lot of these teams, the ownership, like, it's their side project, it's their passion project. But for the Bengals, and I think I'd have to guess who the other one, maybe the Raiders.
Mark Davis. He's a Raiders guy.
Yeah, that's their business. So I understand if they've got to cut costs and cut corners a little bit here and there, so they're not going to score as high as some of these other places who can just throw money at it. But you'd like to see these Ohio teams maybe take a little accountability, a little ownership, and try to score a little bit better next year. Are you surprised that the Patriots scored so low?
Yeah, kind of. But I think everything that I've heard, like, their facilities aren't that nice. Like, they're old.
Yep.
You had Tom Brady and you had Bill Belichick for many years, I think, which covered up a lot of the maybe cosmetic issues and treatment of families and players.
I think when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were there, it was almost a feature. Like, we're not fancy. Yeah. We're here to do our job day in and day
football.
Out. Yeah, so you like, who are you to complain about this and that? But then when you stop winning and that culture goes away, now you look around, you're like, what the heck? We need to update some of this stuff. The guys, all of that stuff that used to be kind of like keep you grounded, keep you focused, all of that becomes now a liability where guys are like, well, we want a better locker room, a better training room, a better weight room. And if you're not winning, then a lot of those complaints start getting a little louder.
What most are we looking forward to this weekend as far as the Buckeyes are concerned in the NFL Combine? We'll do that coming up in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Still watching crews clear out a crash on 70 westbound on the far west side. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. Expect delays heading out to the West Jefferson area. Also, we're watching a crash on the southwest side, 270 in both directions. Slow moving near Georgesville Road due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here 8:30 tomorrow morning, AJ Hawk, he's going to join the program. Not going to join us, but he is going to be on. Bob's going to track him down at the airport today, so they'll have a conversation as they get ready to sail on the Buckeye cruise. Shark, did you see this from earlier this morning? Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog all passed away in their home?
Yes. I'm thinking like carbon monoxide, something like that. There's no details yet.
No, there's not. So apparently that happened yesterday afternoon. That was sad. I saw that this morning at like 4:45.
You said he was 95?
95 years old.
Yeah, he lived a long life. I didn't know that he was that old. I guess I haven't seen him in a little while, like on TV or anything like that, but I didn't know that time passed that much.
It's a Crimson Tide that he's in with Denzel.
Yep.
Man, that's a great flick.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
Great movie.
Yeah. He was in a couple. He was always playing some kind of military man. What other big movies?
French Connection.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I think he won an Oscar for the French Connection.
I haven't seen a lot of Oscar-winning movies.
Was he in that movie with Will Smith? Manchurian Candidate?
I don't remember that.
Is that Will Smith?
Do you remember The Firm?
Yeah,
Tom Cruise. He was in The Firm. Hoosiers, of course.
Yeah. Manchurian Candidate, Mike. I don't know. I don't think so.
That was Denzel. Man, is that? Will Smith was in a movie. Let me see.
Men in Black?
No, Brandon, I know Men in Black.
Meredith's never seen Men in Black, so I didn't know.
It was a movie where like Will Smith, I thought it had something to do with the government. That
Behind Enemy Lines?
Vague. Is it Behind Enemy Lines? He might have been in Behind Enemy Lines.
I feel like that. Enemy of the State?
Oh, he wasn't in Behind Enemy Lines.
All right, yeah.
But that's not Will Smith.
What are you thinking of?
I might just be thinking of a movie that he's not in. Yeah. So we don't need to spend a lot of time searching for some obscure Will Smith movie.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's
find out.
The rest of the show, we're going to find that movie.
There's like 3 scenes in that movie that I remember vividly.
Enemy of the State. It's a Will Smith movie.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Will Smith and Gene Hackman.
Yes.
Gene Hackman won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in Unforgiven, the Western with Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
He won an Oscar for Best Actor in The French Connection. He was nominated for an Oscar in a lot of other movies, including Bonnie and Clyde, Best Supporting Actor. He was in a lot of great movies.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hardware that Gene brought home. But yeah, I saw that this morning. Was pretty upset about that, man. 95 years old. Him, his wife, and his dog found. So we still don't know what was going on in that situation. We got the Combine going on in Indianapolis this week. I do wonder now if you were to do the Combine and interviews, if you were to do this if you were to go now, if a team would ask you about your obsession with beating up birds.
I think it would be a bonus. I think if they heard my stance on how many geese I could take down or how many wild animals, the amount of wild animals I think I could beat hand to hand, I think they'd draft me top 2 rounds.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got to have that confidence. You got to have – I remember coming out of college, Brandon, telling you, believing in my heart that I could take down a black bear.
In your and I'm not lying to everybody out there, in your heart of hearts.
In my heart of hearts, I could take down a black bear.
Yeah.
At my physical peak.
You even you thought about it so much that you even got a grizzly bear tattoo on your arm.
Yeah. Listen, we don't have to go too in depth, but when you are 305 pounds and feel like you can move well and, what animal, I'm an apex predator out here with all these other animals.
Let me ask you this then. What's the short list of animals that you feel like that would have given you trouble? What about
obviously like a grizzly, a tiger.
Like a silverback.
Do I have a weapon?
Do you feel like you can beat them with your bare hands?
No, we don't have natural weapons.
Your fists?
No, dude,
legs?
No. That's not fair. They got claws and teeth.
Wow, some confidence you have. Don't think your fists are weapons.
Listen, all the animals where you're like, you'd be insane if you thought you could beat that animal up. Those are the ones I couldn't. Like, I've heard people say they could. I saw there was some stat that said like 10% of American men think they could beat up an elephant.
No chance.
What are we talking about?
Delusion.
What are we I don't think I could beat up an elephant. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's relatively my size or smaller, yeah, a bobcat,
wolf.
If I have a knife, yes. They don't have dude. Yes, if you've got a knife,
they have knives in their teeth and claws.
So it's not like I'm out here saying I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm saying I will win.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll win. There are people who don't think they could beat up a deer. Do you think you could beat up a deer, Brandon?
What kind of deer?
One without antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. If we're talking like a 15-point buck, then no.
Probably not, no.
I'm going to get mangled.
They've got weapons.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to even the playing field.
Yeah. How much do you like watching the Combine and hearing from guys in the Combine? Because we got 15 of them this year that are over there representing the Buckeyes in Indy.
I get excited for them. I get nervous. The Combine is a place where, it's really important to show your best, do everything you can, but you have to have a routine going into it because the dome is dry air. You're operating off of not a lot of sleep. You don't have your usual comforts, your usual creature comforts. You don't have your usual diet, your usual hydration. You don't have as many opportunities to do all that kind of stuff. And then you're supposed to go perform at your peak physical fitness. So I get nervous for injuries, but I get really excited because I know that these guys are prepared, and I want them to put on the best display they can. So I always tune in. I always try to track what guys are doing and how well they perform and all that kind of stuff. Because while your game film is the most important thing, like if you have bad game film, chances are you're not going to drastically change your stock just by.
Are they showing you good or bad game tape when you're in those interviews?
Bad.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, they're going to put up the worst play you had all season and be like, explain this. I don't know, man.
Loaf.
Players mess up. I had a teammate who used to say that. He was Derek Marks. He was great in Jacksonville. He was really good for Tennessee as well. And he would just have some just awful, awful plays get pancaked. And the coach would in the meeting room, he'd be like, "Sen, what are we doing here?" He's like, "Ballers make mistakes." What do you want me to do? Like sometimes you get it, or what did Marshawn say? Sometimes you get got. Sometimes you just got to get them more than you get got.
That's like you with the black bear.
That's all it is. At the end of the day, I'm winning. I'm not going to come out of there unscathed, but come on. You got to have a little confidence to yourself.
Joe said in the YouTube chat, Michael, can you beat up a kangaroo?
Yes. What's a kangaroo going to do to me? I know the kangaroos have one move, Joe. They've got one move. They hook the back of your neck, and then they gore you with their feet. Don't let that happen.
All-time internet video is that
the boxing match
is the dude whose dog is scrapping with the kangaroo. The kangaroo's hold on for dear life.
Got the dog in a headlock.
And this man just went out from his front porch and just bopped this kangaroo right in the face.
You see how shocked that kangaroo was? It's never been hit before. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. That's kangaroos. Joe, I think you could take care of a kangaroo. I believe it. Kangaroos aren't that scary. They're like...
they're pretty buff looking, man.
Dude, but they don't have...
Say it. Say it. You're too deep now. Say it.
They don't have a lot of mobility. Like I said, they've got one move. They don't box. They just hook the back of your neck and then like post on their tail and gore you with their feet. If you stop that one move, you're whooping a kangaroo. That's my TED Talk on how to beat up. I've spent too much time thinking about the situations and what an animal's strengths are. You know how like in like Shaolin monks, they would observe animals and create fighting styles from it?
I watched a documentary on some sort of monks where they would just punch a wall with newspapers. It was straight up just a brick wall.
I saw that back in the day.
Where they would just punch it for like 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I don't know if an animal does that, but they do like their fighting styles. I read these books growing up about different fighting styles like the tiger and the crane and the snake and the boar, all this kind of stuff. But that, like animals have their styles. Like they're dangerous and stuff, but they got their strengths. They got their weaknesses. I could take a kangaroo.
Shark, could you beat up a kangaroo?
Baby one, a little Joey.
Joey. That's fair.
They're natural-born boxers.
What about a black bear?
I don't have boxing skills. A baby black bear, I'll beat him up.
Okay.
I don't want mama or daddy.
What about a goose?
No, I don't like birds, Beam. I don't want to touch a bird.
That's phobia,
they got
then.
Skinny little necks, though. You could probably swing them
That's
around
what I'm
like
saying.
the hammer throw or something.
Todd says
Good
next
reference.
stadium series in the shoe, Michael versus Blackbird is the undercard.
Hey.
Oh, you already did that.
Yeah. Pay me good money and I'll go fight a animal in the shoe. That'd be fun for me. It's on my bucket list.
Just thinking of semi-pro where he has the bear, the bear wrestling match.
It's loose.
We're gonna
Everybody panic.
Nobody panic. Everybody panic. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Still watching crews clear out a crash on 70 westbound on the far west side. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. Expect delays heading out to the West Jefferson area. Also, we're watching a crash on the southwest side, 270 in both directions. Slow moving near Georgesville Road due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Tri-State Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
A system for every home and every budget at Logan AC and Heat Services. Get a free train furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner and tax credits up to $2,600. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Skyway is back at Skyline Chili for 2 weeks only. Order a Skyway today and get 50% extra cheese at no extra charge on your regular or large 3, 4, or 5-way at participating locations for a limited time.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Columbus to Fort Lauderdale, one way for as low as $44. Must be purchased by 4/24/2025 for travel between 3/13/2025 and 8/17/2025. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Attention, Ohio sports fans. Are you ready to turn your passion into serious action? Prime Sportsbook Ohio is bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. Here's the deal. Deposit up to $400. That's right, $400, and Prime Sportsbook will match your deposit 100%. That's up to $400 in bonus bets. But wait, here's the best part. You can use your bonus bets anytime. They're valid for a whole year. Beamer, one whole year, your bonus bets are valid.
Absolutely, Shark. I mean, let's wait off and hold off to the Browns over-under wins totals for you. So we can wait on that. Just place wagers equal to your deposit and bonus amounts before withdrawing. Don't miss out. This offer is for first-time deposits only and can expire at any time. Could expire in the next 5 minutes. Who knows? So hurry up, download the Prime Sports Ohio app, or visit primesportsbook.com to get started betting reduced juice. It literally costs less to bet with Prime Sports Ohio. Want to bet? Download Prime Sports Ohio today. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older. Present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Play responsibly. I do wonder what the odds makers would think about you against animals. Like what that would actually look like if we had a real live odds maker making odds for it.
I think that I'd be a favorite. I think people would take a look at me and they'd be like, all right, what animal is going to give me a problem?
Wolverine. I've heard
Shark, it's like 15 pounds.
No, I've heard wolverines are really nasty. They will fight to the death. Zebras are really, really nasty. Yeah.
Well, I believe that, but a zebra outweighs me by like 1,000 pounds. So
but you could probably handle a horse.
Not a chance.
Dude,
yeah,
no way.
Not a chance.
Like
a Frisian,
domesticated.
Well, yeah, if I'm beating up a horse that doesn't want to fight, but I don't want to do that.
Zebras aren't like horses, though.
But zebras are smaller than horses, too.
They are. Are zebras black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
Honestly, great question.
They're black with white stripes.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought you had a great question today, too, Beam.
What?
Did you forget from yesterday?
Oh, the grape question?
Yes.
Yeah, the good old grape question. So I stumbled upon this. I don't remember where I saw it, but I asked this to Shark yesterday. So here's the situation. Here's the hypothetical. All right. There's a bowl of 1,000 grapes.
Yeah.
This is going to sound stupid.
It's a big bowl.
It's a big bowl. It's a nice looking size bowl. 1,000 grapes. Green grapes, purple grapes, whatever.
Seedless.
Yeah, seedless grapes. You get those holiday grapes that are delicious. Nice crunch to those, or crisp. Bowl of 1,000 grapes. 999 of them are perfectly safe. The grapes. One of them's a poisonous grape. It's going to do you. It's going to kill you. But here's the kicker. For every one grape that you eat is $100,000 that you gain. How many grapes are you trying to eat?
So in my mind, this is like
it's math. This is math.
Would you flip a coin for $50 million? I'm eating 500 grapes, Brandon. I mean, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip.
Well,
you get 50 mil.
It's not even a coin flip because there's only one out of the 500 that will do you. So even if you do eat the 500 grapes, there's still a $4.99 and one chance in the next 500.
I think my greedy self would probably just keep eating the grapes until I found the one. Because you're like, think about it.
You're not going to live to spend all your money.
Well, that's okay. It's about the journey, right? Not the destination. If you think about it, you eat 10, and then you're fine.
$1 million.
Are you going to stop? That's silly.
I am.
That's your number?
My number's 10. I'm going to stop. That's 1%. 1% of 1,000 grapes is 10. I'm going to eat 10, take my $1 million, and live.
What if on the 8th grape you die?
That could happen.
You're already rolling the dice.
I'm trying to be realistic here. I don't want to be too greedy, Beam. You could die on the first grape.
Of course
greed is good. You gotta. I think at least genuinely, I'm gonna eat 50 of those grapes.
I think I'm eating.
Brandon's eating. I'm eating 1,000.
I think I'm gonna eat 1,000 grapes.
How many grapes? I don't even know how many grapes I could eat, physically.
No, that's taken out of the realm of this conversation. There's no limitation on the amount of grapes.
Yeah, you could eat them over a week's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna we joke. I'll probably eat 500 grapes.
Come on, you would not.
Well, it's one grape. You got to avoid one
now
grape.
You've got a 50-50 chance of dying.
No, we just established it's not a 50-50 chance.
No, 500 out of 1,000 is 50-50.
Yes. Okay, yeah, right. That's what I said. A coin flip. You wouldn't flip a coin for 50 mil?
What's this, No Country for Old Men?
That's I mean,
what's the downside? Am I going to die if I say heads and it comes up tails?
Yeah.
Then I'm not doing it. No, I don't want a 50-50 chance of dying.
It's about the exhilaration, Shark. That's gambling. We're gambling, baby. Come on now.
When I gamble, I lose money. I don't lose my life.
But you wouldn't even know it. It's not like you get fed into a shredder.
Yes,
you're winning either way. You're going to heaven or you're getting 50 mil.
No, because when you eat poison, it's not an instantaneous death.
I'm giving you
suffer.
I'm giving you instantaneous death.
I'm going to eat 10 out of 1,000.
He's sitting. You can't
be a millionaire.
No, I'll be greedier than that.
I'm greedier than that.
I'm multiple hundred, I think.
Yeah. I think the chances are so low. If you eat 200 grapes and one of those grapes is the death grape, that's tough, man. That's tough break. It's just unlucky. That's the risk you take. But you have to take the risk.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I would definitely die within the first 50 grapes.
I'm not yet.
The way that I've seen
bad luck, bad karma.
The way that I've seen you roll dice in board games, you might not make it to 25.
I'd choke on a grape before I found the actual poison grape. I would have died from a neutral grape. That's how my luck goes.
The poison grape must have got him. No, he just choked to death.
Yeah, but you got to take the chance eating grapes by the handful. Why not?
If it was an option for me, though, to have this be throughout my life and not just a one-time setting, where you'd have.
You mean when you get to be my age?
Starting now, yeah, starting now. If they said 1,000, you have 1,000 grapes in your lifetime of this selection, and you could just eat a grape maybe every month.
That'd make me too nervous. I just want to do it all at once.
Oh, would you? Just want to get it over with?
Yeah, that'd make me too. You're playing with the Reaper every month? No, dude. You got to play with the Reaper once. That's just, then you can, that's trying.
Words.
That's trying one day of luck rather than bad luck. You got to hope that your luck holds out every month. No, me and the Reaper will dance once and then I can walk away with 50 mil or not. And that's all right. That's like I said, that's a risk you take. Going to the casino. Going to Death's Casino.
before we get out of here today. Our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. How are you consuming Saturday's Blue Jackets Red Wing game at the Horseshoe? Going to the game, watching it on TV, listening right here on the Fan. We've got all-day coverage for you. That would be a good option. Or don't care. Well, I, for one, will be listening on the Fan. And I'll be watching it on the television because I'm not going to be here. We got a birthday party for Willie on Saturday.
Big time ball.
Yeah.
Turning 2.
Turning 2 next Wednesday.
Have the terrible
man.
2s started for you guys yet?
Oh yeah, man. We're high and low.
Yeah.
It's walking a tightrope.
Has he started claiming everything that he can see?
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be eating dinner. Daddy's fork? Daddy fork? He doesn't want to eat with his own fork. He just wants to eat with yours now.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't like something that's on your plate, try it. And then he'll get the fork in his hand and like throw it on the table and just want to eat his food with your fork.
Yeah, you guys are in the
thralls.
In the thralls. That's a good word, yeah.
Mike, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene on Monday?
Sounds good to me.
You good with that?
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Everybody have a fantastic day. Uncle Bo and the boys up next. Uncle Bo live in studio this morning. Saw him in the last break. So he is here and in the flesh. Very excited about that. Everybody have an awesome day. Like I said, Bishop and Friends are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Still slow-moving traffic on the southwest side on 270 westbound near Georgesville Road. Crews clearing up a crash over there right now. Also, crews still clearing an issue on 70 westbound on the west side. We've got the right 2 lanes blocked off just past Hilliard Rome Road going west. And for our friends up in Lewis Center, 23 southbound, a little slow-moving because of a crash just past Lewis Center Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Guys, let's talk about something real. Ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because the fear of failure is just too much. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic comes in. For over a decade, their medical providers have been helping men overcome ED and providing hope even when the pills and other treatments have failed. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there, with results that bring back your confidence and connection. It's important to get your ED treated now so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Columbus Men's Clinic has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. Tonight is your night for intimacy and connection. Call Columbus Men's Clinic today at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And listeners, they're always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Well, if you're wondering if you could be a good candidate, let's say the answer is yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain, knees, hips, back, shoulders, other joints, trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery? Because I did. I didn't want to deal with it. And all of the pain and the long recovery and the uncertain time that comes with it. Here's the best part. Most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because the joint pain is holding you back? Whether that's walking, jogging, hanging out with loved ones. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate. So do not wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. They're located in Dublin, Gahanna, or you can go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.